just smoked another to the face. Yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake. Yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you here in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Coming with a dank, scrolling a tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights live over sports.com.
Hello.
I'm Eazy, I spin Morax, Young Chris, Uncle Nick. Welcome you. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. Chris, this has been the prep for 2 days. It's officially 2 days old, but it's still something I feel like we need to get off our chest. At least you for sure. You're the biggest Pistons fan in the room right now. Kevin Ollie officially named New York Nets head coach.
Okay, let's
Brooklyn, New York.
Let's back this up. He was an assistant coach. He was named interim head coach. That happens a lot. So It's not like they hired him out the blue. It's not like they had a completely blank canvas and they were like, you know what, that guy. So he's got a shot to earn a head coaching job. But as Pistons fans, if the Brooklyn Nets go more than 2-28 in their last 30 games, we fucking riot. That's where I'm at with
Third time's the charm, brother.
Third time's the charm. Chris been saying that joke for 3 days.
He said that joke 5 times.
I feel like I nailed it that time.
Did you see the stuff on social media though? Like he's like on some Dan Campbell shit. He's like, I want hunters on my team. Yeah. If you hunt, you're gonna play. If not, you're not. And I saw somebody quote tweet that relation to like Jaden Ivey, the situation that like a Killian Hayes was starting over him once upon a time. Like I guess Kevin Ollie.
Isn't Jaden Ivey's mom's name Hunter?
No, his dad.
His dad's name.
Yeah. What?
Subliminal message.
Oh, whoa, connecting dots. Jaden Ivey's dad did do a podcast with our guy Everything King and Downtown Deuce. Make sure you guys check that one out. But yeah, now I've been seeing the stuff, the hype up over Kevin Ollie. I've always said this though. And the time I did go back on is when we hired Monty Williams. Not looking so great, but I've always been the guy that's like I don't buy into NBA coaching as much as like other sports. Mm-hmm. For me, it's like MLB managers, like NBA coaches. I feel like, I mean, yeah, you're there and you are contributing, but it's like you got what you got. You know what I'm saying? If you have an all-star cast, you're gonna go to work, right? Like David Blatt went to the NBA Finals with LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, and then was never heard again. Ty Lue won the NBA Finals with LeBron James and them. What the fuck's you been doing since? I know you try to make a case for him.
No, Ty Lue's a good coach.
Yeah.
Ty Lue's actually a very good coach.
I don't know.
That's one of the exceptions. If David Blatt was still in the NBA, then yeah, you'd have a case. But I agree with what you're saying.
It's a talent thing, bro.
No, I agree that coaching matters probably least among all sports and basketball, but it still matters, especially for stages, right? Like, and that was, I think, the Pistons' mistake, or Tom Gore's mistake, if you want to put it on one particular person, is that this was a team that Tom Gore's wanted to make a jump, but they were a young team, and so I don't necessarily know Monty. I don't think he's a terrible coach. I think he's coaching terribly, but I think it's more so just the stage that this team is at was not the stage that Monty should have been at as far as coaching goes. I think it more so matters in stages as opposed to anything else, really, as opposed to just anything else, X and O's, all that stuff.
What do you mean, like when they become the coach?
Yeah, like when they become a coach. Like people talked about Dwayne Casey, and people have been like kind of like, hey, Dwayne Casey might not be that bad. I might miss him a little bit after years of trashing him. But right, that's because he was good for a young team. He was teaching these young men how to be leaders, how to grow as adults, all of those things. Like that's what I think. Certain coaches. You bring in Phil Jackson not to rebuild your team. That's where it went. It went wrong in New York with. Now that was general manager side, but still, like you bring certain people in for certain roles, and I think that Monty was brought in and a team that wasn't ready to fulfill that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think I'll definitely have some eyes in the Kevin Ollie situation, just the quotes coming out of it. And I don't know if it's because I'm obviously part of I don't know if I'm part of Pistons. I don't know how do you join Pistons Twitter, but I honestly follow a lot of Pistons accounts, and I'm seeing a lot of it. But
you're the villain of Pistons Twitter.
I was the villain once upon a time. Maybe I still am. I'm okay with being that. I'm the conveyor of truth.
I will say quickly with one grain of salt here though.
Motherfuckers won 8 games.
It
works. Fucking idiots. 12-year-old fucking morons.
Eazy versus Pistons Twitter is one of the best rivalries of all time, dude.
It is.
It's just a 12-year-old
Because
section of it.
You know they've
Which
never
is Pistons Twitter.
they've never even taken geometry yet, and this guy Eazy is just getting on it. But I will say with one grain of salt, obviously them firing the coach means the players didn't like him, so you're obviously going to get a lot of positive press of this regardless, but it's about the X's and O's. It's about the record. It's about let's see how much better this team is. But you're going to get positive quotes. You're going to hear Mikal Bridges say, oh, yeah, this feels like a new team. Like, you're going to get those because obviously the coach wouldn't have been fired if the players liked him. So, so you are going to get positive Kevin Ollie quotes, but it's just about let's measure it by wins, not
They're fire
else.
as quotes, so like they're Dan Campbell-esque. I'm not going to lie. Just a few I've come across.
Yeah.
But speaking of coaches, I guess so I can make a little bit of conversation about this. You see the Doc Rivers and JJ Redick beef going back and forth?
Yeah, he had his son defend him.
Yeah. I mean, he can't. I mean, he can, but it's like, what is he looks like a fool doing that.
Yeah.
Because his focus should be on the team. Doc Rivers is a perfect example of that, by the way, too. Like, when they won the Celtics, oh, he's a great coach. Fuck's he done since? And he's had good teams since.
Yes.
Very good.
It's just like a talent thing for me. Like if you get like the David Block going to the finals and they just never existing in the NBA afterwards, it's the perfect example of like where the fuck is this guy? Like seriously though.
It's a talent, but it's a buy-in thing too, right? Like if the players don't respect you, they're just not going to play
That's
good.
fair. That's
You
fair.
know?
What'd you say?
He did just disappear.
did.
Bro hopped in here, made the finals, and then he's gone. Poof.
Just
He
like that.
vanished.
Took his cable.
Yeah. He was ugly too.
If you guys don't know the JJ Redick and Doc Rivers stuff, so essentially, if I'm not mistaken, the Bucks are like 3-8 since Doc Rivers became their interim head coach, and JJ Redick is tired of like Doc not being able to take responsibility in situations where he's given like good rosters and they don't do well, and I think it was your guy Pat Bev who mentioned like he told JJ Redick, he's like, Doc saved your career, have some loyalty. Then obviously Austin Rivers came out, was like, you had your best careers under Doc Rivers and all the good stuff like that.
Yeah, they were roasting him. They were roasting JJ. They said, yeah, he had the best years of his career under Doc Rivers, obviously in LA, which it's kind of true. It's kind of true. He went back to the Clippers years. JJ was playing well for Doc Rivers, but that doesn't change the fact that Doc Rivers is one of the worst coaches in the NBA right now.
Oof, one of the worst?
Yes, what he's doing with the Bucks is showing that he's one of the worst. You had Adrian Griffin had the Bucks at the #1 seed in the East, and then Doc Rivers comes in there and they're the same record of the Pistons in that games with Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like, that is a terrible, god awful job at coaching. Like, yeah, I had some great years of my life with my old girl, but if she looks bad and terrible and blown out right now, I'm gonna say it.
Jesus.
But she still had, I still had a good ride with her.
What a
But
wild
I'm just
way
like,
to-
yeah, we had great times together, but right now she looks like shit, and I'm gonna say it. And that's the same with JJ and Doc Rivers. Yeah, they had a great period of time together, but Doc Rivers looks like shit right now, so you should say it.
She looks like Doc Rivers sounds.
Yeah, for real.
Oh boy, Spenny, to come full circle on that though, like when does Giannis maybe step up, and just take advantage of the situation that you're going 3-8 in the last 11? You're supposed to be the best player in the NBA. You just can't let that happen.
Well,
we're talking
what's
about
the
the
factor?
coaches. We're talking about the coaches like not really doing too much when it comes to NBA basketball. It's more on the players. I think that's a Giannis situation too.
Well, I think if you take out one factor of that being the head coach, when you had one head coach in there, you were 30-13. Now with the other head coach, you're 3-7.
I gotcha.
Like, it's, Giannis is going to be Giannis. Giannis is going to give you 25 and 12 every night, at least.
For me, the way I correlate it, and I guess bring it, if you want to talk about full circles, the Detroit Pistons, I think an example of like coaches who are on the couch chilling, not giving a fuck, and have like reputable names, like no matter how good you are, just throw into a situation and expect it to fix it right away. And I feel like, by the way, I don't know that one needed too much fixing, but I obviously saw like Monty Williams, who we all recognize as a good coach, get thrown to the Pistons situation, which he turned down. But I heard it was like twice before Tom Gore's like threw like the biggest
Tom
bag
Gore's
at him of all
called him,
time.
he's like, come on. Monty's like, no, I'm good. He's like, come on.
Yeah.
I think he said with
No,
way more
bro,
energy.
get out of my fucking
$50
inbox.
million.
And then that happened, too.
But then, yeah, so then Monty comes. Detroit Pistons are shit. He doesn't help at all. It's kind of similar situation with Doc. Doc just chilling on the couch doing his thing. He said, I don't know if you got, did you see this on the NBA Twitter? Doc was talking about like the whole exchange of when he became like the Bucks head coach. He was like, I don't think you guys should be doing this. Like,
Yeah.
you're doing pretty good. And they're like, we already did it and we want you.
You knew it was bad when he goes, well, when the first question he's asked about, the transition, and they're like, Doc, you've never done this before. And how's it going? He goes, it's hard. Like he just single-handedly, he already knew from the rip. But again, how can you blame him? I mean, it's millions and millions of dollars. I'll mess up. I'll mess up for millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah,
Fuck
exactly.
yeah.
I think we got a Doc Rivers burner in the chat. Joe Johnson says, Giannis, with a Y, needs to do more. Would Kobe allow his team to be this way?
Kobe, once upon a time, wanted to get traded from the LA Lakers while
Yes.
Phil Jackson was the coach.
He's supposed to get traded to the Pistons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, don't forget that. And they got Paul Gasol and the right, started winning. Like, winning cures all. I will say this though, that 3-8 is definitely like inexcusable with that roster. I don't think that should be a thing at all. I don't know what key pieces may have been missing through that stretch either. I'm not a Milwaukee's Bucks guy, but I will say that's a small sample size when it comes like the NBA.
Milwaukee's
said
Bucks.
that like,
Milwaukee's
yeah,
Bucks.
you said that like a 60-year-old white dude from Michigan. Milwaukee's Bucks.
I'm not a Milwaukee.
Like, it's
Go
a
over to
restaurant.
Kroger's.
But 11 games is a
grab
small
something from
sample size.
Myers.
I'm sure that will change. It's got to change.
And there's no way that they can keep this up. But, like, I don't understand. Adrian Griffin must have done something unforgivable. Like, he was 30-13, and they're like, see you later.
Well, there was that.
He must have pulled, like, an Ime Udoka or
Fuck
something.
somebody's wife.
There-
Yeah.
There was that thing.
Or
Remember,
Derek Fisher.
remember before the season signed, nobody really understood Terry Stotts, Dame's old coach, was brought in with the coaching staff to be like the offensive guru of the team. And like a day into training camp, he just goes, "Nope, this isn't me." So there was something with Griffin that he was rubbing people the wrong way. There were reports of that.
Maybe he was rubbing people the right way.
Yeah,
Shift God says Giannis
maybe rubbing them a little too good.
Anta can't make a free throw. It's tough one to read to sound out, but it was funny. So
Too many.
it's due.
Too many consonants.
Oh, I forgot I was going to take this.
Let him cook.
Don't remember. Let's go to break. But Detroit Pistons for you. I'm sorry, Detroit Lions. A couple free agents rumored to land to the Detroit Lions. We have our player spotlights. Did you do one?
Spotlight. Yeah.
You did? You didn't do the same guy I did you?
Who'd you do?
Because I don't know if I put that name on yours. I meant to put it on mine.
No, I put that name on mine. Austin Booker.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Did you take mine away?
I
typed it in last night.
Literally, it's printed out. It says Spencer Austin
Yeah, it doesn't
Booker.
mean anything. You can change it. You don't want to print.
Darius Robinson.
That's easy.
I did Darius Robinson yesterday.
Yeah, well, I just thought you hadn't changed it yet.
He fucking bamboozled. There's no way.
I swear to
I
God,
typed this
bro.
last night.
It's not on the prep.
Well, that should be interesting. Luckily enough, we have
Comparing.
Nick.
Gaslighting.
Nick has a spotlight going on, so we'll go to Nick on that one. He'll be the second part of that one.
Oh my, that's hilarious.
That is not hilarious. I'm pissed off.
Compare and contrast.
Tell us about Planet Fitness.
You motherfucker. Planet Fitness, the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. No matter where you're at, there's a Planet Fitness close by. More than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. You can get a full-body workout in just 30 minutes in a 30-minute circuit. And all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month, no commitment. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Are you tired of same old Detroit sports merch? It's a new era in sports wearables. New designs, amazing appeal, the ultimate swag. Check out woodwardsports.com by clicking the shop tab today. They got hoodies, hats, tees, all guaranteed to turn heads. So why don't you head on over to woodwardsports.com by clicking the shop tab today.
Why you emphasize the head so much?
I caught that too.
Relax.
Why like one 5-star review
why
on
you think
podcast
about head when
platforms.
I'm
Appreciate you guys
talking?
for joining us. I'm Eazy at Spin More Rax.
What up, though?
Young Chris, Unky Nick. I'm gonna call it audible on what we have in the paper because obviously this is changing all day today. But we can say that one for the last segment. I want to jump into this one because ESPN released an article making like the perfect free agent fits for certain teams. Kendall Fuller was a fit for the Detroit Lions. Cornerback. I'm not gonna go there. Cornerback of the Washington Commanders. Spinny, initial reaction.
I mean, yeah, that is another guy who, if you want 2 2s out there, that's what you would have with Kendall Fuller and Cam Sutton.
222.
It's better than, Cam Sutton and Kendall Vildor. I'd rather have this Kendall than that Kendall. So would I be mad? No, but this would be a play of you sign him, bring him in, and still draft a cornerback that you hope can develop into your number one.
Yeah, it was when I was driving today. I'm thinking, am I just being too uppity? Am I being too picky? Because I can't deny that this won't be an upgrade of what we have. At least I assume it's an upgrade of what we have. But at the same time, Kendall Fuller was a part of the worst secondary in the league last year, and I don't think there's much excuses for him because they had a terrific defensive line to help force pressures. I don't know, man. I guess for me, ultimately comes down where the price is at. You got to assume he's an upgrade over Kendall Vildor, though.
You don't assume that. You know he is an upgrade over Kendall Vildor. Like that, if you bring him in, he is going to be starting, obviously. And, yeah, that would shore up that position for sure, but that's not your cornerback one. That's not your lockdown cornerback that you want to see out there next or across from a Cam Sutton. So I'm not uberly excited for it, but that would be, like I said, that's a piece you bring in, you sign him, and you still draft a cornerback to try to develop that guy into your cornerback one.
That's where I'm at. This is going to be the free agent prize you take off of the secondary market, and I mean that as like a secondary market, really for pieces of a secondary. That's the piece you're grabbing. I guess, man, it's got to be an upgrade. I just bring me the splash piece somewhere on this defense. I understand that he does it brick by brick. I get it. I'm bricked for the pick, but I need a splash signing and or move in the draft for me to be confident in this team winning the Super Bowl. I just do. I know we're going to win. I know we're going to be in the playoffs. I know we could survive in the playoffs too. I can't sell myself on the Super Bowl without that part of it. I just feel like that's how you're going to have success the way we are operating on offense. I'll say it like that, so I'm not less disrespectful to a guy that people get butthurt over. Where you at with Kendall Vildor, Nick?
Kendall Vildor.
Fuller.
Kendall Fuller. Yeah, I think it's a depth piece that cannot be your big cornerback signing. I don't believe that would be smart for this team going into next season. We saw that these cornerbacks continuously get cooked all year long. And I've been talking about it for the past couple of weeks here because we are looking at free agents and different guys in the draft. We definitely need that cornerback one, blue chip type guy to lock down guys like Justin Jefferson, guys like a Christian Watson, guys like a DJ Moore. Just that's specifically in the division. But we're going to be facing teams like the Cowboys with CeeDee Lamb, the 49ers with Brandon Ayuk. You need a cornerback one when you are going to go up against those other top teams and when you want to take care of business in your division. So Kendall Fuller doesn't really do it for me. He's more of a depth piece in my mind.
Am I wrong for wanting that splash piece, although Brad's
No.
provided with the brick-by-brick approach?
No, you're not wrong for wanting that. You're not wrong for wanting that. And Nick's right. This league is about throwing the ball. This league is about having those good wideouts. And what killed the Lions last year? Number one wide receivers. You saw Mike Evans, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson down the stretch. These guys were gashing the Lions. And you know who doesn't inspire confidence in me lining up against those guys? Kendall Fuller. Like, it's not like, oh shit, look out, we got Kendall Fuller. You better be scared, Justin Jefferson. Like, no, this isn't a Jareer Alexander. This isn't a prime Jalen Ramsey. This isn't a Marshawn Lattimore type of guy. Those are the guys you need when you're going up against the elite of the elite, and that's the waters the Lions want to be in, is swimming with the elite of the elite. So a true cornerback number one. But a true quarterback number one is the most needed position on this team. Kendall Fuller is not that.
Aside from that, too, I'm just looking at like recent years. I guess he's stayed pretty healthy for the most part. I saw somebody in the chat say slow. I don't think Kendall Fuller's slow at all. I think he's been one of the speedier guys in the league since he's been in the league. But he just doesn't do it for me in terms of like wanting to compete for a Super Bowl. Now, can that be the signing? Then you go and you get that other piece on the edge, which rumoredly that they were shopping in the edge market. Like I was listening to, I think it was a guy from 33rd team, Ari. I don't know how to say his last name, so the M.
Mirov.
Ari Mirov. He had mentioned that the Detroit Lions were like in the market. They just were kind of outpriced. They are outbidded. They weren't comfortable paying like what it took to get like some of these guys. I think Brian Burns was the name he mentioned. Danielle Hunter was the name he mentioned as well. But now there's rumors that the Chicago Bears are also pursuing Danielle Hunter, which they have more capital to acquire him. But if you're gonna like get the Kendall Fullers of the world off free agency, then at least go get that blue chip on the defensive line.
Yes.
We could force the ball out a little bit earlier, little few disruptions, and whatever you need to do, because we did get to the NFC Championship game with Kendall Vildor as a starting cornerback. So it's like, yeah, Kendall Fuller doesn't do it for you in terms of like wanting a star guy. We obviously all want the best player out there, but like you have to re-sign Amon-Ra St. Brown. You're assuming they're going to re-sign Jared Goff at some point here too. Like it probably just wasn't in the cards for them to go and spend money on a big name guy like L'Jarius Sneed. But who's to say? Maybe he still does.
Maybe he still does, maybe not. We'll see. We talked about the trade route about a guy in the last year, the deal like Patrick Surtain. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be really fucking nice to have that alpha on the outside. We'll see. J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain are the two guys from that draft that are coming up to the last year of their career and could be moved. And if you can go get one of those guys, you do it.
Chris, I know you don't know too much about Kendall Fuller, but in terms of like wanting that splash guy, are you being a little bit too impatient with it?
No, I think it's totally fair. I think that you should trust the process of Brad Holmes building. But again, we talked about it yesterday's show about the history of champions and what was the common thing amongst almost all of them. If you don't have the greatest quarterback of all time, you cannot build through the draft. You can build to the draft through to a point, but you ultimately have to make that splash move. You have to make that big acquisition. And that's where I think the Lions are. And that's why I've been pushing all summer for the trade. I don't know who's available or who's going to be available. But I know somebody is. The way the money moves around in the NFL, the way rosters change so drastically in the NFL is insane. There's going to be a good cornerback on the market. Now, maybe not Surtain or somebody that good because you're probably trying to hold on to him if you're the team that has him, like the Broncos. But there's going to be a very good cornerback available via trade. And I'm trusting Brad Holmes to trade the picks because you know why? He makes his picks count no matter how many he has.
Yeah.
He can walk in a draft with only one pick, and I guarantee you he will not have the worst draft of any of all 32 GMs.
For damn
If
sure.
you only give him one pick, he's going to hit that one pick. Like, that's the way Brad Holmes is when it comes to the draft. He's leaving with something every single time when it comes to the draft. So I'm all for F them picks if it's a player that makes sense. And that's where I'm at. I think that I get that you saying you're not all the way. You're a little nervous on pushing for the big fish or saying that you might not need to. But in reality, history shows that we need to make the big push. That's what happens. That's how championships get done.
Yeah. And then I'm looking at a couple comments from the Woodward Sports chat. There's no number one cornerbacks out there. So how do you expect them to swim in that water? That's a good point, too. I saw somebody say if you're going to pay Kendall Vildor $11 million, you might as well go and pay L'Jarius Sneed $19, which I kind of agree with that, to be honest with you. Yeah, man. If you're not going to do it with the secondary. By the way, coming up the show, too, safety might be a position we're looking at now, too. Because as it sits right now, currently, only two safeties rostered on this team. And that is Kirby Joseph. Another name I can't think of right now.
Iffy.
Ifanti Melifonwu, thank you. Because Brian Branch technically a slot guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he could play safety if you needed him to. Well, now that's something we're probably looking at, too, for agency or draft.
Will Harris, baby.
CJ.
Maybe they love Will Harris, bro. They love Will Harris, and I'll be honest with you, I like Will Harris better at safety than I do corner. If I'm being honest, I'm not in love with it, but
I like Will Harris as playing left out. That's my favorite position.
I like him playing ass back. Get your ass back on the bench.
Get your ass back on the bench. That is a position that they're going to attack. You can get a late round guy. They're not going to burn a top pick on him, but you can get a depth guy.
Bryce Bennett says Hunter over Snead if the money is there. Yeah.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I was sitting here bitching about the cornerback market. Like, would you rather go with Daniel Hunter over the Jerry Snead? Was he muted?
Yeah.
Is that a laugh or cough? What was going on?
Cough. You all right, bro?
I had something stuck in my throat. My bad, fellas.
It was funny. I would go with Hunter over Snead, yeah. And then draft a cornerback. Yeah. Trade up, draft a cornerback.
I think we've just seen that in the market, if you're going to spend money, it's more worth it to spend it on the defensive line than it is to spend it on a cornerback. I think cornerback there is some hit or miss to it. So, and again, why I don't get the cautious or timid approach, because Brad Holmes is good at drafting. It doesn't matter how many picks you have. Like, don't you trust him to, if you go all in, this isn't the Rams going all in where it's like, okay, in a couple years you look around and you don't think you have anything, which, by the way, the Rams made the playoffs this year. So, like, did they really go all in? Like,
they had a great draft, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you can rebound with a good draft. And what has Brad Holmes shown to do better than anything? Draft, man. Just make a move. Make a move for that big name when they become available.
I mean, I am looking at his numbers in the past 2 years. They are actually. I mean, 2022, he had 2 touchdowns at the cornerback position. That's
Kendall Fuller.
Yeah, that's nice. And one thing
I'm
looking
no
at,
Lloyd Cushenberry, but
this is not even
right.
like a statistical thing. This is more just like being available, because that's a huge part of like having success in the NFL. He's played 17 out of 17 games in 2022 and only missed 2 games last year. I'm coming around to it, actually. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think it depends on that number.
Who would you rather have, Bryce Huff or Kendall Fuller?
Probably Kendall Fuller. Just because like this secondary needs to be addressed.
Yeah, it does.
Like one way or another, even if it's not. And
it'll be easier to find a pass rusher later in this draft,
right,
than it is to find a good cornerback later in this draft.
Like I feel like those guys perform.
So if you could
first
have,
time out more than corners do.
Bryce Huff and T.J. Tampa, or Kendall Fuller and Darius Robinson. What combo are you picking?
I don't like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we fucking got him.
Saddam Hussein's been captured and put to a complete end. John Cena just announcing the fucking. Dude, that was awesome.
That is just the most American shit of all time.
I need somebody to talk me out of TJ Tampa. Like I like him like too much.
Do it.
Pause. Like I texted Scott Bischoff today, and I literally told him, I was like, "Hey, can you talk me out of TJ Tampa right now?" He's like, "I can't. There's not. I don't. He hasn't done enough homework on him." He said. Yeah. So, I guess I'm waiting on him. I'll text Connor. Sometimes I feel bad when I text Connor because like I feel like he's like more busy. But we'll see, man. We gotta get one of these guys on the show here soon. Russ tomorrow. Yep, Russ on the show tomorrow. Russ likes TJ Tampa too. I think he's the one to put us on TJ Tampa.
I'm taking Huff and Tampa over Fuller and Robinson.
Yeah, I know Robinson's a hometown kid. I know Robinson's got the size. I know Robinson is probably the Dan Campbell mold, or at least like we watch him on tape. But like, I want a guy that's gonna like pass rush. I feel like he's more like a run defender. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have like that natural bend.
Yeah,
you
want opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. This rush defense is good enough already. I want somebody that's going to kill the quarterback.
Right. That's what I want. That's literally what we're struggling.
Speaking of a guy that's going to kill the quarterback, we have one on our roster that did it not last year but the year before.
James Houston.
Where are you guys at with a guy like James Houston? Because we only saw him in 2 games this season, and it was limited snaps.
Let's talk about it when we come back. First, tell us about Lady Jane's.
Lady Jane's. You can come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and register to win a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Wicked.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. one, but 2 vehicles of your choice. One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
He was number
Feldman
52.
Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. 18 locations, one right in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the one nearest you. And also, check out Feldman Chevrolet Novi, not for just the best car buying experience, but wake up with Woodward's there and BDE is there live every Monday. What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live, WoodWardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, Joe, my guy, Spimo Rax.
Hello.
Young Chris, Uncle Nick. What are you huffing and puffing about?
I'm sick about the news we got over the break.
Tough news.
Breaking news.
Pistons
Spencer, you wanna do
fans,
it?
you know, if you guys thought we were going to win the championship this year, you might have to spur those expectations because per Adrian Wojnarowski, the Detroit Pistons have waived guard Malcolm Caslon. Sources tell ESPN. Secret weapon.
God damn it.
I know. I just bought his jersey. I think he was number 94.
Doesn't Woj have like underlings that put out shit like this?
Yeah.
Like why them? Like if I'm Woj, I'm sitting there like,
Woj's like, get the
Yeah.
gimp.
bro. If somebody
sleeping.
texts me some shit like that, bro, I'm just putting them in my spam. Like I'm blocking them. Like don't come to me with some useless
You know,
stuff like that.
Pistons titles hopes are going to have to wait till next season now.
Man, might be waiting longer than that.
Yeah, no, like 2 years.
Kevin,
To recover from the waving of Michael Caslon. Oh, shit.
but we're only 6 months away from getting Kevin Knox back. So
Yeah, that'd be fucking funny as shit. NPW
I
says,
want
where's
it,
John
I want it.
Macaroni? Still been working out at 98 Saturn. He's actually down south. He's taking a little vacation. We will get him back on. Couple comments from Woodward Sports chat. People said you also get a pass rush from the interior. I agree to that. Nicholas Duncan followed up that comment with Devondre Sweat at 29 or trade down, gain some picks for round 2 and 4 and still get Devondre. Could I be honest about Devondre Sweat real quick? I don't know that he's a Dan Campbell guy. I think I've said that on the show before, but like when you think about the Dan Campbell guys, they're not. Literally, I think one of his first speeches to the team was like, "You don't come in overweight because there's no turds allowed on this team." Devondre Sweat refused to weigh in at the Senior Bowl because he's probably concerned about what the scale is going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Now the production's there. I don't know. How do you feel about Devondre Sweat, like Dan Campbell guy?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Dan Campbell also said you can have one or two bad apples on
That's
the
fair.
team. I don't know about.
I don't think he's a bad apple,
I don't know
per
about
se.
the
I just-
kid's personal life or his want, his hunt, his drive. That's where the psychologists get into it. That's where the weird ass questions that you ask on draft day and
Is your mom a
combine
prostitute?
stuff. Yeah, just the stupid shit. Like,
Wow.
if you could change one thing about you, what would it be?
My dick.
Bigger dick. Like, yeah, that's where you get those viral moments, and that's how teams really crack down on that. So I'll have, I am the foremost authority of Dan Campbell guys, so I will have to see it. I'll have to wait until I hear some audio of him from the combine, but I am getting a little bit of a non-Dan Campbell guy vibe from him.
Yeah. Super Saiyan says, not what you want, bro. It's what Brad wants. Get it through your head. Well, guys, I guess we're done with the show here. Fuck him up. This is my job, bud. This is what I do for a living.
Wait, who said that?
Fucking Super Saiyan Chach fan. I don't fucking know his
Super
name.
Saiyan Chachki.
Brother, like, this is what we get paid to do, is speak our opinions. I'm sorry. Fucking Jesus, man. Nick asked about James Houston before the break, though. Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, I think he can still be what we saw out of him. He just didn't get the opportunity because of the injury. Maybe that spares you from like going and make that splash signing in the free agency, or trade, whatever it may have been, to acquire that we all are kind of like salivating over. Daniil Hunter, we all saw the pick, the fucking biceps and the triceps popping out, vascularity going crazy. But we do have a guy in James Houston who showcased that he could be like in my mind, like an elite, at least pass rusher at the very least.
I had expectations of him this season to get at least double-digit sacks, and we weren't able to see that because of the injury. So I think it's like a big question mark going into this offseason is where do Brad and Dan stand with James Houston, or, where does James Houston stand with them? And I just don't know. That's one thing that I think about a lot when we think about spending big money on a free agent defensive lineman to pair with Hutch, or going up in the first round and getting one. Would that maybe lean you guys to get somebody on the interior to pair with an Alim McNeil instead of that other side of Aiden Hutchinson?
That's what I want the most. Like that's why I love a Devondre Campbell. I've wanted that since last year when we were on the Jalen Carter boat. It's just who does Brad like?
Devondre
who does
Sweat.
Dan like?
Yeah.
Like Devondre Sweat fits that perfectly. You want all pause intended, but a man eater, a block eater, I should say. That's less pause, but. Yeah, you want a guy that's going to take on blocks, those double team blocks, and that way you get Alim McNeil, who's proven to, I say proven at this point, to be a good pass rusher from the interior. But he gets more like one-on-one matchups. Hutch gets more one-on-one matchups because you have a guy that in there that you have to contribute 2 men to stop him from causing chaos in the middle all day, even if you go first round with that.
Yeah, that's more important. The interior pass rush is what breaks down, plays. It's what makes quarterbacks upset. When you have a good interior pass rush, it ruins everything for the offense. So having a guy in between Alim and Hutch would be great if you have a guy out there. And that's why I've talked about a DJ Reader. Like adding DJ Reader to this team would be very nice because he is a big man in the middle that commands double teams at all times. It does seem like a Brad Holmes type of acquisition coming off of an injury, has had success when healthy. Could be a little lower of a price tag than some of the other guys. But, yeah, I think they can't just keep that defensive line rotation of Bohanna, Benito Jones, and who else I can't even tell you.
Yeah, it's Buggs, but Buggs is gone.
Yeah, they need another guy that is very solid and very good at that defensive tackle position, whether that's from the draft. Maybe it's Broderick Martin. Maybe Broderick Martin takes that leap with Tyrell Williams and makes him a guy who can be on this defensive line rotation, but we'll see going forward if that's the truth.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I've always wanted somebody in the middle. That's still what I want. I think it just helps out everybody. I say it all the time. I hate repeating myself, not in a bad way, but like if you haven't heard it before, the best defense I've seen in my lifetime featured Ndamukong Suh and Nick Fairley in the middle. And I'm lucky enough to have a relationship with Glover Quinn and Darius Slade to say the same things. Like, yeah, those guys helped us be great. They helped us look a lot better than we were in that secondary. James and Hedabo were like, remember that defense? They all ate. Everybody ate, and it started with Ndamukong Suh and the boys in the middle. In my opinion.
Yeah, no, it does. It makes every other aspect of your defense better. So we'll see going forward. They're in a very, strange place at the draft for Lions fans. When's the last time we've seen the Lions draft 29th? Never. We've never seen this happen. We've never seen them have the 29th pick in the draft. So there are going to be a lot of good players with a lot of different positions available for them to draft. And Brad Holmes is the mastermind behind it all. He's going to make the right choices, and I'll leave it up to him. But I can still tell you about the guys I want. I can still tell you about the guys I think are going to be a good fit and the positions of need that we have on this team. And I do think interior defensive line is one of those positions of need. Like I said, you don't even have Bohanna anymore.
Yeah.
You got Alualu. Do you even have Alualu anymore?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't have Buggs. Right now it's looking like Alim McNeil and Benito Jones. And Benito played well. Like he isn't, no disrespect to Benito Jones, but having another serious problem in the middle would definitely help everyone else on the outside.
That's a great point. I mean, you talked about, because we're going to talk about safeties here soon, but currently on the roster, the defensive line, interior defensive line, it's Alim McNeil, Levi, and Broderick. Those are only guys under contract right now. You have Chris Smith on a futures contract, but we know he's a practice squad guy. Allahu, he's gone because he was a practice squad guy. Benito Jones, restricted free agent, which I guess we could bring him back. But still, I want to have that defensive side of the ball. The middle, just for damn sure. Like I even think about to the NFC Championship game, when that game turned around for the 49ers, when Brock Purdy started like rushing, and I admitted it like a few weeks ago. I was like, I don't know if there's much you can do about that at times. That's why it's like such an attribute to certain quarterbacks when they decide to run. As long as they're still throwing the ball too, obviously keep you in the game. It's tough to stop. But as you said too, and any quarterback will tell you this, player. Whether they can run or not, if you got that pressure come through the middle, it changes everything. They have to move off of their base, refine their people. It fucks everything up.
We talked about it in the Super Bowl. Brock Purdy had Chris Jones breathing down his neck in the middle. That made those passes where he had a wide open touchdown Couldn't get it off because of Chris Jones. In the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, Aaron Donald, game-saving quarterback hit on Joe Burrow because Jamar Chase was running wide open down the sidelines.
Yeah.
But Aaron Donald was right there and made the throw wrong. So we'll see. Van Ginkel says shift God. There's good defensive tackles out there in free agency as well.
Van Ginkel's he's a Sam linebacker.
Yeah.
But we're talking about heavies right now.
Yeah, interior defensive
Give me
line.
the heavies.
Leonard Williams, DJ Reader. We went on Christian Wilkins.
Yeah.
There are a lot of good free agent defensive tackles. So
Yeah, they had to spend a bread on one, I guess, you Chris Jones or...
Best guy on the market.
Yeah, well, you're not getting Chris Jones. They're not going to spend that much money.
Yeah.
DJ Reader is the one that I look at like, I would love that. I think it's a perfect fit. I think it's a Brad Holmes type signing where you can get him cheaper because he's coming off of an injury, and you put him in between Hutch and Aleem, and they're both going to be seeing double or single coverage, single person matchups on the inside and on the outside, because DJ Reader is going to command a double team at all times.
Now, I saw on Twitter a lot of people making a big deal about Chris Jones following the Detroit Lions on Twitter, or on Instagram.
That was fake.
It's fake.
Yeah.
It's not real. I did check though. Sydney Sweeney did recently unfollow me.
Ooh.
I did peep that.
Damn.
I don't know what's going on.
She's taking it hard.
She's taking it hard.
Yeah.
Pause. I'm not pause actually. Play. Resume.
I'm pretty sure that's the one time you want to hit resume, buddy.
Yeah. You don't have the same pause on that.
Yeah, if I had to pick one position for the Detroit Lions to throw some bread at, it's interior defensive tackle. And by the way, and I don't even mean it like just for one player. Like if you need to, multiples. Like that's a guy that's a position you rotate either way. Remember with Jim Schwartz used to do that? It's like get your heavies, like let them chill, let them go for those first two plays, relax, go again. You know.
Apollo
says,
says, "I swear, if we sign some cheaper guys that are still trash, I'm gonna riot." I'm gonna be pretty upset too because I do think they're in a position right now with you have 4 picks inside the top 100. Brad Holmes can insulate the roster with those picks. He's proven he can do it before. You have the money to go out there and get a top blue chip player at one of your positions of need, whether it be edge rusher, cornerback, or interior defensive line. And I think if you do that and then you insulate the other positions with those first 4 picks and the money you have left over, like you could sign a DJ Reader or a Leonard Williams or one of those guys to a $15 million deal, $13 million deal, and you still got like $40 million to work with. So it's not like you're just going broke and you can't do anything. You could still sign other guys. So we'll see, man. They're going to be around probably $60 million in cap space when it comes down to free agency.
I feel like Hutchinson not being due up for like 3 years, to get somebody to pair with him is so important for this defense to take the next step. Like they need that guy on the defensive line to get to the quarterback so these cornerbacks don't have to cover all day, honestly.
Yeah.
Paulo says, would you rather have Sutton or Surtain? Fuck them picks. I've said it before multiple times on the show. I'd give my left nut for Patrick Surtain.
Why do you read that? Is that a question?
Yeah, I would do
Sutton or Surtain.
I would do
What are we doing?
Unspeakable things to have Patrick Surtain on the Detroit Lions.
So to be honest, if you don't view Kendall Fuller as like a high-priced free agent, then maybe it's a good thing that guy rumored to come here because that saves more money to go get that splash guy if you truly believe they're going to do that.
Yeah, I think you could probably get Kendall Fuller for what, 12, 14 million a year.
Yeah, I forgot real quick too. Detroit Lions removed a couple coaches from their website today too. We speak on that. I do got to tell you guys about Fairway Pack Company.
Fairway.
For over 60 years, they've provided Michigan's finest hotels, restaurants, and casinos with the finest prime beef, dry aged beef, and Wagyu beef. Make sure you head over to their website right now. It's fairwaypacking.com. Get delivered to your door or stop for Grab and Go Steaks in Grosse Pointe.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
What up, though? Welcome to Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com.
Hey, if you want Eazy on a fucking food review, you get me too.
That's fair. Yeah, shout out to I think it's called it's Lava Burger.
Who'd you do the food review with?
It was great.
Who was it?
I don't fucking what? I don't. Now I look bad. I don't remember their fucking name.
Oh damn.
Hopefully they're not listening.
Well,
I'll get it out there. Once the video's out there, I'll share it. No, he doesn't.
No, it's dope.
Super Saiyan Lions, are you guys going to cry if you don't get who Brad drafts? Wait, what? Are you guys going to cry if you don't like who Brad drafts, like some of you at Woodward did last year? Super Saiyan Lions you just want beef.
He's talking shit.
I'm not even going to answer that.
I didn't cry.
I had nobody cry on this show.
I mean, yeah, not on this show.
Like, find somebody else to troll with like that dumb
left.
shit. Yeah, Braylon did not like the Jack Campbell.
not happy.
I wasn't in love with the Jack Campbell pick either. If you would have picked out of those first four picks, that'd be the one that you guys people say, oh yeah, he didn't really live up to the 19th overall pick. I think there's potential there, and as Brad Holmes said a couple weeks ago, it's like you gotta wait 3 years to have like that confirmed grade of what a guy's truly gonna be. I think Derek Barnes and Afonso Melifonwu proved that to all of us last year.
Yeah, I am hurt, Jonathan Lord. I want free food.
It was great.
Yeah.
Love a burger, nacho burger.
What was it again?
Fire. Love a burger.
Nice.
Shout out. We'll go one day.
Shout
out. BP with some hate. I don't want to read this.
No, what do you say?
So Hutch is not elite, so overrated.
Oh,
he played 9. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I just said I didn't want to read it.
He's one of 5 players in NFL history, and I talk shit about pressures. So coming from me, this holds more weight. He's one of 5 players in NFL history to have 100+ pressures in a season.
No, Hutch was great.
It's tough to do it when your second best pass rusher is your interior defensive lineman, and he got hurt. And your other guy who was supposed to be your stud outside of him got hurt as well. Who was rushing the passer for the Lions outside of Aiden Hutchinson for that 8-9 week stretch that Ollie McNeil was hurt?
Sparingly Aleem.
Benito Jones?
Yeah.
No, when Aleem was hurt,
no
when he wasn't in there.
No one.
You had Benito Jones, Tyson Alualu, and Charles Harris or Romeo Okwara. Like, yeah, it makes it a lot easier to double and triple team a guy when you got 3 sandbags out there trying to rush a quarterback.
Blade no ice, but I think we're good at defensive tackle. We can improve, but we still stop the run great. That's based off scheme. That's why if you look, it was Campbell and Anzalone who led the team in tackles. It's because they're coming in and cleaning up. That wasn't really based on our defensive tackles. It was more of like a scheme thing. That's why in the red zone, we talked about Dos Dion earlier this week, we got 8 up.
If
30th in the league.
If the Lions do anything to address that defensive line, if they bring in a guy opposite of Hutch or a guy in the middle, Aiden Hutchinson will have 15+ sacks next year. Guaranteed.
Like this comment from Shift Guy says, AJ Espinoza, a sleeper edge. I agree. I think he could play a little bit of a Sam too. Mm-hmm. He's a beast for the Bills. Even after what's his name went out too, Milano.
Toilet water and pond scum at defensive ends, says John Johnson. It honestly, like your 2 best edge rushers out, or your 2 best pass rushers outside of Aiden Hutchinson. One, unfortunately, broke his ankle at the beginning of the season, didn't play the entire year. The other one, Aleem McNeil, was having a great year and then got injured for like a 6-7 week stretch. And name the players that Hutch was lining up with on that defensive line who are supposed to attack the quarterback. No disrespect, but Benito Jones, Tyson Alualu, and Romeo Okwara are not these fear-instilling players for an offensive line. All of those guys can easily be handled one-on-one. So Hutch is seeing 2 and getting chipped by a tight end and a running back every play. Like, come on, man. It's not rocket science.
John G291, I like Calais Campbell for a 1-year deal, and then his defense was good last year. Actually, I would love Calais Campbell. I mean, I don't know if love is a word, but I wanted him last year.
I would take Calais Campbell for sure.
Again, I'm not looking for guys. I mean, obviously, it's a plus to have a guy that could, rush the passer and cause like chaos. But I just want a guy to eat blocks, like command the double team. So Hutch, we saw it last year with the Green Bay Packers. I mentioned this yesterday too. But the Green Bay Packers pulled their center, had their tight end chip them. And then on top of like the left tackle blocking Aiden Hutchinson. If you have a big body man in the middle, that's not happening. The center needs to help then like the guard at that point. Like you can't be that attentive to Hutch if you have another one of those guys. To the Darius Robin thing, I like him as like a player, but I want someone to rush the passer.
Yeah.
If we're not getting someone in the interior.
That's why I wanted Chase Young so bad.
That's why we wanted Jalen Carter so bad.
That's why we wanted Jalen Carter so bad. Because that pass rush is like literally the 3 most important positions in football. Quarterback, protect the quarterback, kill the quarterback. That's it. Your left tackle or your blindside guy, the guy who throws the ball, and the guy who kills the ball or kills the guy who throws the ball. Those are the 3 most important positions in football. The guys who decide the game more often than not than anybody else. And so it'd be nice to have, you already got 2 of those 3 locked down. Goff, very good quarterback. Penei Sewell, best offensive lineman in the NFL. Hutchinson, great. You need 1 more on that defensive line. At least 1 more.
Yeah.
Because I love Aleem, and I think he's going to have a great year. But he goes down, and you got nobody else. God forbid Aiden Hutchinson suffers an injury that causes him to miss a couple games. Who do you got rushing the quarterback then? Matthew Betts. Like, yeah. I'm not putting my eggs in the CFL basket just yet.
Yeah, I don't. Nick, how are you on the Matthew Betts thing? Were you here for when he got signed? Or was KG here for that one?
Yeah, I was here. We all were on the same page. It's a guy from the CFL. I mean, what are we thinking he's going to come in and make the team? Is he going to make the team?
I'll tell you right now.
The amount of hype that's coming with this guy is insane to me.
I'll put my career on it. I'll put my reputation on it.
Whoa.
If Matthew Betts plays in the NFL this year for the Detroit Lions, he will have more of an impact than Charles Harris did last year. Guaranteed. Guaranteed 1,000%.
Why?
Because Charles Harris is ass. He's not good.
Yeah,
he was a healthy scratch every game. Like, I bet this guy can get in there and get a sack and a half. I think Charles Harris had 1 sack last year.
So 1.5 sacks.
Yeah.
All right, so don't take the bet back. Because with this guy,
I will put Easy's life on it.
Relax. Relax.
Like I said, if he plays more than 8 games this year for the Detroit Lions, I bet he gets 2 sacks.
If he plays 15 games for the Detroit Lions, he might play special teams. Let me shut up.
If he gets a good amount of snaps for the Detroit Lions on defense at edge, well, let's say
shave your beard.
20% snap share in 12 plus games, 4 sacks.
No.
Yes.
Now you're doing it too.
Easy's life on it.
4 sacks in 12 games. That's good. That's.
Yeah, I
don't know if he's doing that.
He's definitely gonna be better than Charles Harris and Romeo Okwara.
Relax.
I could do better than what Charles Harris did last year.
Apollo, I'm rooting for Betts too. I'm being realistic.
Bro, Bruce Irvin came in here off the fucking retirement home and got a sack. Tony Stark built it in a cave with a box of scraps. Like, I think you could do better than fucking Charles Harris. It's not saying much.
I'm not going that far. I don't even know if he's going to make the roster. I don't even know if he's going to play the game. But, because we got like 3 minutes left. I should have went to this earlier. I apologize. Fuck it. We'll just keep going to the chat for now. When we come back, I do want to talk about the safety stuff, though. Because with Tracy Walker getting cut, there's only 2 safeties on the roster. That's clearly got to be addressed. I don't know if it's going to be free agency. I don't know if it's going to be draft. I don't know what you prefer for it to be. We'll speak on that. DNC going at you to 4 sacks.
If he plays 12 plus games and has a 30% snap share on defense.
Unky Bruce. It's not happening to me. Don't put your career on it.
No, I don't think he's going to play that much. Like I said. But if he does, he's going to be better than Charles Harris was last year. Flat out.
Burger bet.
Like, I think Chris could be better than Charles Harris was last year.
Thanks,
if he got the run.
He's just going on your way to assault Charles Harris.
He sucked. He was bad.
He was bad, but like you're talking about a guy who didn't make the Chicago Bears shit roster in 2019.
Chris?
I could have made the Bears. No,
but you're saying Betts is going to do more than what Charles Harris did. This guy didn't even make an NFL team 2 years ago.
Yeah, Charles Harris wasn't on an NFL team this year. Bro's a healthy scratch every single game.
1.5 sacks.
He did the same thing I did.
Exactly, DNC. Ain't no Trent Williams in the CFL. Like, it's just different. I don't know why people are expecting anything more. I'll make the bet. Something stupid. I'll shave my head bald if he gets a sack this year. How about that? What is the over/under for sacks for Matthew Betts?
Probably.
I'll set it at a half.
A half? That's
No,
what I'm saying.
actually one and a half.
Everyone's like treating this guy like he's fucking
like I said,
Chris Clark.
I'm not saying he's, but if he gets the run, that's how bad. I'm not saying it as a look at Matthew Betts. He's the future. He's the truth. I'm saying it as look how trash the fucking Detroit Lions pass rushers outside of Aiden Hutchinson were.
No, you're right.
Year.
And again, if they get that interior defensive guy, like you could have mid dudes out there. I mean, to be honest with you, I do think higher of George Karlaftis. I think most people. I think he's like pretty fucking good. 6.5 this rookie year, 10.5 this past year. But do we think like some of that's attributed from Chris Jones getting double teamed in the middle there? You know what I'm saying? Like
yes.
So like get that.
So give me DJ Reader and then
exactly.
put Matthew Betts on the other side.
That's the point I wanted to make.
12 sacks.
Relax, the Matthew Betts. But to the DJ Reader, someone mentioned in the Woodward Sports chat that said that he helped out Hendrickson a lot. And I think that makes perfect sense. Back in Studio B, when we were kind of like making comparisons for Hutch when the arm length concerns came out, well, look at Hendrickson. He had the short arms. He was doing work.
They're both what?
Get DJ Reader in the middle and let Hutch eat.
Who's the other guy that Cincinnati has on the other edge rusher that's also white?
Hubbard.
Yeah, Hubbard.
Yeah.
Wow.
OSU.
That was fast.
OSU.
Yeah, of course, Nick.
Yeah, that's really quick, Nick. Weird.
Nick's got every white finesse player jersey.
I was actually just thinking of like, what's this new guy's name again?
Matthew Betts.
Matthew Betts. I was
Put
like,
some respect
can
on
he get a
him.
little
All right.
Anthony Zettel run in him? You know, to throw back Anthony Zettel.
5.5.
Anthony Zettel. You remember? Oh my god.
If he gets
Remember how
5.5
hard
sacks-
Lions fans were with Anthony Zettel. He tackles trees. Look at him. He's gonna be the future.
I was one of those guys.
I thought he was gonna be all right. I thought he was gonna be good.
They were
was
gassing him
tackling
up.
dead ass fucking trees in the middle of the forest.
They're gassing him up. If he gets over 5.5 sacks, I will shave the beard. Talking about Matthew Betts.
Oh, over 5.5?
Is that crazy?
That's too much.
I'll shave the
4.
stash.
You said 4. You said 4 was crazy. Do 4.
5.5.
Shave it to just the chops if he gets 4.
Like
Just mutton chops.
just mutton
Yeah,
chop.
you shave all
Put
the
the camera
middle.
on me. I guess I should try to picture myself.
Like that. Go like
Oh,
this.
no.
Go like this. No, go like this. That's what it would look like.
Batman?
Nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask.
We're all born in the darkness.
I was born in the darkness.
Which one of these tubes do you smell through?
What?
The fucking, I was doing the Batman from the College Humor where he's like, which one of these tubes do you smell through? You never seen that?
All right, let's talk about Jack Labrador. Football season is officially over. All spring training is right around the corner. However, Jack Labrador is 24/7, 365. Learn how to play now on your phone at jacklabrador.gg. 2 new symbols in a franchise-changing three-point play. And remember that once you go Jack, you never go back. Go to jacklabrador.gg now and join in on the fun.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
A ton ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. My boy Eazy, joined my guy, Spin More Rex, young Chris, Unky Nick. Smash that like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Hey, for real, it means the world if you guys smash that like button.
It definitely means more than you know.
Yeah, it really does. And
off season.
I may have fucked myself by actually telling you guys to do that again because I just bet. I put the beard bet on there. We hit 125 likes before the end of the live stream.
You remember what I looked like without a beard?
Oh, dude, I sent him a picture today. He was like, oh.
Yeah, I looked rough. I was also about 30 pounds more back then, but...
You're making like a weird face, too, to be fair. Yeah, it was bad. Either way, Detroit Lions have 2 safeties rostered currently. We have the draft, we have free agency. Where you at with it, Spinny? Where you at with it, Nick? How should the Detroit Lions fill in that safety room?
Let Brad Holmes do what Brad Holmes does, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? No,
all right, Super Saiyan.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what you think because it's Brad Holmes' decision. No, but I would not be opposed to them re-signing Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I can tell you that right now. I would like that situation. Also, Brad Holmes is going to address it in the draft. It's not going to be one of the first picks. It's not going to be one of those first 4, but one of those later round picks. He'll grab a safety out of somewhere, and that kid will probably be a baller. Like, it's going to be a 6th round pick. It's going to be like a safety out of Tulsa, and he's going to be a demon on special teams, and when he fills in, he'll get an interception. Like, that's just how it goes.
Yeah, that's... Listen, as a guy who is kind of gotten annoyed by the CDJ stuff because I feel like Afonso Melifonwu fills that role, but if he's willing to come back and do like the rotation thing and be part of like the depth versus like the guy, do it. Let's bring him back because at this point it's definitely a need. And I was also like doing a little bit of homework on like the Saints defense, like where AG comes from. Even if you look on Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's like stats, he has some reps as like a linebacker even, and that's like part of that nickel package where like you have like all those safeties out there. The way to utilize it, that extra body is like to put them in there as your 3rd linebacker, the Sam if you will. And CJGJ's a thumper, like he can hit. I think if he can hit too, but CJGJ has the experience of doing so. I think he becomes a much more important piece to the Detroit Lions defense to return. Now that we only have the 2 safeties, I must have missed that because we should have all seen that coming. Because we all knew the Tracy Walker cut was coming.
Yeah.
I guess I just didn't know that we had 0 bodies behind that. Like, we got to get a safety.
Yeah.
Whether it's a free agency, whether it's a draft. Do you hate for it to be a draft pick?
No.
No. Because defense needs to be addressed regardless.
Yeah, defense. Yeah, it's those late round draft picks. If you use it on a safety, no, those are going to be your guys playing special teams anyways, and safeties are normally pretty good at special teams. So, no, I'm not mad at it if they use it on a special teamer. As well as, I wouldn't mind them re-signing Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I like him as a player. I like what he brings to the team. Excuse me. And if you can get him on a cheap deal, bring him in.
Nick?
I'm 100% down to bring him back now. I was a little like iffy at first, especially with the way the last... Yeah. I was a little... my bad. Yeah, that was a good one. Sounded like Mac Miller. You had it in my mind from yesterday's show. Yeah, I'm down to bring back CJGJ. We only got to see him for a few games this season, you know? And we've been talking about bringing in another guy to pair with Aiden Hutchinson. We know what CJ brings on the back end. If we're getting pressure to the quarterback, CJ will get interceptions. I know he had a bad game against the 49ers, but this dude is a complete ball hawk, and obviously he'll bring turnovers with him. Hopefully we can get him for another 1-year or 2-year deal. I'm definitely down to bring back CJ. But I've seen obviously this is like big money right here, but would you guys be willing to spend big money on an Antoine Winfield Jr. type guy?
No. Oh, no.
Because we already have the 2 guys at the spot? Yes. Or just because you don't want to spend on a safety big money?
Yeah, because I think that's where we're set. Like, if I'm spending big money, it's not going to be on Antoine Winfield Jr. And that's not like a disrespect to him. Like, he's great at what he does, but, like, we're set at safety, in my opinion, between Afonso Melifonwu and Kirby Joseph. I think both those guys are really, really good. And I think Kirby's almost, like, undervalued for, like, what he's been for this defense. Just because he didn't have, like... By the way, he still had a couple of interceptions this year, but because he didn't have as many as last year, people for some reason kind of like forgot or just want to say he's like not good. No, Kirby has been really good this year.
Yeah.
In fact, you want to go back to like a few games our defense struggled. He was the last line of defense, like to make those tackles, especially against the Ravens, and he did it.
Yes.
Even against the fucking refrigerator they had at fullback against the Baltimore Ravens. Like I think Kirby's great still for this defense.
I love Kirby. I love Kirby Joseph. He's a playmaker. He makes a lot of things happen. And I'm not.
If I'm spending bread, it's gonna be on a cornerback.
Yeah, I'm not spending bread on Antoine Winfield, even though he's a great player. You don't need that.
No, yeah.
You need depth safeties, not star safeties.
And that's why, like, they do it through the draft again. And this is where it comes to, like, Super Saiyan, or whatever you're saying. It's like, yeah, what Brad Holmes decides is best. I do think Deshaun and Elliott could probably go and grab again. Remember, he was here for a little bit last year. I saw a couple people comment about Jeff Okudah. Now, he doesn't play safety, but it's always been remembered that he'd be a better safety than he was a corner. If that's an experiment he's willing to try out. That's like a far-fetched one there, though. But
you remember the no-fly zone graphic?
Oh, man, for Atlanta?
Yeah, they're trying to gas
wild.
it up. They're trying to gas it up. AJ Terrell and Jeff Okudah, no-fly zone.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Right,
Turns out plenty of people flew.
Yeah.
Chris, did you get this in Slack?
Yes, the coaches.
Okay. Did you see this, Spinny?
No, I didn't.
So, obviously, the Detroit Lions haven't officially announced anything. Did they announce Terrell Williams? I don't think they did. I think they just announced Deshae Townsend. But either way, okay, they officially announced Jim O'Neil. Okay, I'm not familiar with him. We'll have to look up that one. Deshae Townsend and Terrell Williams to the coaching staff. But here's Justin Rogers. They also removed Brian Duke, well, we know he left, Dre Bly, John Scott, and John Fox, and Jim Holster.
John Fox. Rip.
Removed from the coaching staff on the website. What's your reaction to that?
I don't like that John Fox was removed.
Yeah.
John Scott Jr. Sorry, bud. Like, wasn't a great showing out of you last year. So, not too upset about that one. I think Terrell Williams is going to be a much better play role there. Dre Bly, that's kind of a surprising one, I would say. I mean, it's not unwarranted if it is true. Well, we'll see. Maybe they're just giving him new profile pictures or something.
So Jim O'Neil, the hiring is he's defensive assistant for the Detroit Lions. Let me click on his Wikipedia, see what he's done in the past. But yeah, no longer John Fox. Which, to be fair, I get like that's what he was known for. But that Denver team was stacked. Can we admit that? Like Chris Harris.
We can, but we brought up several times last year how much we thought John Fox was a huge addition to the coaching staff. So we can't just quickly be like, all right, now that he's not on this team, was he really that good? Like, no, that's a loss.
That was this guy over here. I didn't know what he was doing.
Dave Burkett
had
a tweet. He says, Lions made few staff changes official. The D-line run game coordinator, Terrell Williams, defensive back and pass game coordinator, Deshae Townsend, and defensive assistant, Jim O'Neil. Out are Dre Bly, Brian Duker, and John Scott.
Wow.
Senior assistants, John Fox and Jim Holster, also had contracts expire.
Okay.
So maybe they're just
they come back.
working with another, trying to get another deal there.
If you're unfamiliar with Jim O'Neil, this is the read up on him. The Detroit Lions website says most recently serving as the defensive coordinator at Northwestern. O'Neil joins the Lions for his 12th season as an NFL coach after previously working for the Las Vegas Raiders in 2019 to 2020. With the defensive backs, 2018, he was also a senior defensive assistant. He worked with the 49ers from 2016. Oh, wow. In 2016, he was a defensive coordinator. Will you look up and see they're a good defense in 2016? I know historically they've been, but I don't know if that's before the turnaround. He was a Cleveland Browns defensive coordinator from 2014 to 2015. He was a linebackers coach for the Buffalo Bills in 2013. With the Jets from 2010 to 2012. That's actually when Braylon was there. That's assistant defensive backs coach. They were good then.
49ers were 2-14 in 2016.
Oof. Oof. I mean, it makes sense. He was only there for just that one season. Prior to enter the NFL coaching ranks, O'Neil spent 8 seasons coaching in the NCAA, working at Eastern Michigan from 06 to 08 as a safeties and recruiting coordinator. He worked in Tucson in 2005 as defensive coordinator, Northwestern as a graduate assistant, and Pennsylvania and as assistant offensive line coach.
Their defense wasn't bad, though.
Defense solid?
They were the 17th ranked defense in the NFL. So.
I know the 2010, 2012 Jets, that was with Rex Ryan, if not mistaken, and Braylon was there. They were solid, especially in the defensive backfield. Antonio Cromartie, Darrell Revis, some of those names I've learned from. 2014, 2015 Browns, so I have to look that one up. But But that is news to me. I had that tweet ready to go, and I sent it to Chris. My ADD must have skipped right over Jim O'Neal.
Wait, who got fired? It said Anakin Skyogre.
Dre Bly.
Trey Bly.
Yeah, it was.
Trey Bly no mas.
Let me find.
Which I wonder if they're still going to
again.
hire a safeties coach, because I know that Brian Dewar got moved to that once they brought in Dre Bly to be the DB's coach.
Yeah, per Dave Burkett on Twitter, the Lions officially added Terrell Williams as their defensive line and run game coordinator, and they added Deshae Townsend as their defensive back and pass game coordinator and defensive assistant Jim O'Neal. They got rid of Dre Bly, Brian Duker, and John Scott Jr., and John Fox and Jim Holstetter's contracts expired.
The same tweet you just read, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just reading it again.
Oh.
Talking about like a...
I thought it was a new one. I was like, wait, when's the new part
Aaron
coming?
Glenn fired. No.
Talk about some recruiting here, fellas. Sounds like Townsend was was with the Bears, and no better way to do it. I mean, they picked off Jared Goff 5 times, so you can go with that into the interview. And I mean, they made Goff look horrible
3 of
this
them
season.
were from linebackers, so.
Pass game coordinator, baby.
That's true.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Dan Campbell, maybe he can be Tremaine Edmonds 2.0.
It's nice to
Jack
know
Campbell.
they address the areas of weakness in terms of, like, at least coaching. It makes me think they're for sure going to address them, whether acquisition phase 2, whether free agency or the draft.
They know what's struggling on this team.
Yeah.
They know what the problems of this team were. It's no surprise that they're addressing the defensive coaching
some
staff.
people are stubborn with it, though. They're just loyal to a fault with it. Like for the longest time.
But Dan Campbell has been proven to not be that.
Exactly.
He got rid of Anthony Lynn. He got rid of
I'm hoping
Aubrey
it's the same with
Pleasant.
Brad now too.
He fired
because
his friend.
As much as like
we did with Chris.
As much as
Right
coaching
You're fired.
helps,
Damn it.
I feel like sometimes you need the pieces as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So-
but there's needing the pieces and being dog shit, and they were dog shit last year.
No, it's needing
I
the
wasn't
pieces.
dog shit.
But it's
Being dog shit on top of
a
needing
good
pieces.
coach. Yeah, a good coach. If you don't have the pieces, but you're still a good coach, they're gonna look decent.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Hopefully they make those acquisitions on the field too, defensive line and secondary.
I believe they will. I do believe they will.
You believe Big Boy's the best place to eat
I
in
do
wintertime?
declare, Big Boy. Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from a Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the new Southern Comfort chicken bowl. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. They got the classic lumberjack or the Santa Fe Garden. Also, the new apple pie hotcakes that are too good to miss. Top it all on with a gingerbread shake for dessert. All of that and more at your local Big Boy. Come on.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Your Pet, the best. Premier Pet Supplies, hands down, Michigan's best pet store.
That's right.
Same prices and all the conveniences of the big box and online retailers with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years. They've got over 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside and home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
Guys, what up though? And please hit the like button. That's all I had to say. All right, let's see you guys tomorrow. Make sure I'm playing. Shout out to my guy, Just a Fan, the Woodward Sports Chat. Brought up a great comment. He asked, now everyone except AG has been dumped. Is this season AG's last chance?
jacked. What? Sorry? No,
Fucking Christ.
I don't.
He says, now that everyone except
No, I
AG has
heard
been
what you
dumped, is this season AG's last chance? I think so. I agree. That's why I think it's a great comment. If this defense fails to look good on the field, you could still have the personnel excuse for AG. Chris, I know you like guys and stuff, but like we're trying to do what are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Either way, he has to perform this year. You've done everything outside of probably get him more personnel, which I think we all feel that way. That's why we talk about the draft. Okay, defensive tackle, defensive end, cornerback. We want those pieces. But in terms of coaching, it does feel like every single position coach has been like re-rostered outside of the defensive coordinator. So this defense hits the field and they're able to produce again. Although they have gotten steadily better, I do think AG is probably going to be on the hot seat. I think AG has performed this season. There's definitely a magnifying glass on him, in my opinion. I mean, Dan Campbell's obviously been quick to – I don't want to say quick. No, I actually would say quick because you got the situation with Aubrey Pleasant where I don't believe you even got to finish that first season, or maybe he got fired in the second season. But Dre Bly only there the one season. John Scott Jr. only there the one season. Like, they are quick to pull a trigger if you're not performing. And AG's been here, 3 years? It'll be his fourth year now. He's not able to produce, which I assume they're going to give him the pieces to work with. And, they might have to get – they want to win at the end of the day.
Yeah, I do think that Aaron Glenn is getting towards the hot seat, but you got to get him some more players before you can really judge him. You got to get him a cornerback one and another guy on that interior defensive line or an edge rusher, and then we can truly judge him. And that's my thought process on it. Because in spots, we've seen this defense look very good. In stretches, we've seen this defense look very good. Look at what he did to the rush defense last year. He completely turned that around. He completely made the rush defense, which was one of the worst in the NFL, to the best in the NFL in 1 year. And that is extremely impressive, especially without being given this top-flight, top-shelf talent that you see on the offense. But now you have some of that. You've got Aiden Hutchinson as a blue-chip guy. You've got guys like Kirby Joseph, Brian Branch, Ali McNeil, a lot of guys that we have a lot of hope for of being very good players, Pro Bowl caliber players in this league. And you're going to get some more talent this year. You're going to. I wholeheartedly believe that. So this very well could be the turning point for Aaron Glenn this season.
Do you think in having the changes in the coaching staff, I'm sure that's AG communicating with Dan Campbell on that too, because as much as like Dan Campbell makes the final say, that is like AG's side of the ball, so he probably like has that discussion with him. Do you think AG kind of like finally put his foot down, like, yo, give me some fucking pieces here to work with too, like, so this isn't a fucking thing we're doing every year, like replenishing the coaching staff, getting rid of guys? Nick?
Yeah, he doesn't seem like a guy that's scared to voice his opinion. I'm sure him and Dan do have those tough discussions. But the one thing I wanted to say about AG, and we all saw it come the end of the year, our defense finally started to play better. We started causing more turnovers. What did the AG do? He started blitzing. We were waiting for it all season. We needed to bring extra pressure, and he finally did that. So if AG starts the season and we start rushing for like it's same old game, same old practice as the start of last season, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm gonna be irritated because when we bring pressure, this team gets interceptions, forces fumbles, gets sacks, and that's how this team needs to start next season. We heard Aiden Hutchinson, Brian Branch talk about it. They needed to get back to what AG actually is, and it's being aggressive. So he just cannot stray away from that.
Yeah, you can't have the stretch that we've had in both these past years where it's like, oh, we're figuring it out. You know, it's the getting to know you stage. It's, oh, you're so cute. What's your favorite show? No, you need to be from the jump. You need to be firing on all cylinders from the jump. You know what you have personnel-wise. You know the scheme you want to run. You know the strengths and weaknesses of this defense. So come into the season with a concrete plan of how you're going to use them effectively, how you're going to cover up the weaknesses, and what you're going to attack teams with. You don't have the opportunity this year to be, pussyfooting around and trying different things. You are in a Super Bowl race. You are in Super Bowl contention.
Yeah.
You need to be firing on all cylinders from week one, have a solidified and understandable scheme from week one, and continue that. Make adjustments when they had to be made, but don't, like Nick said, don't start pussying around at the beginning and then week 9 or week 10, like, oh yeah, maybe I should have been doing this all year. Like,
Yeah.
no, do it all year. You know who you got. You know the strengths. Use them.
Yeah, I got to message Noah actually because that's I feel like that's the biggest takeaway from the day for me is like, yeah, AG's probably gonna be on the hot seat. And my question from then is like, what do you expect? What do you expect to come from it? You think the defense gonna take a big jump, or you kind of wait to see what happens for the roster?
I think it will. I think it will. I think when they address it, I'm not going to say they're going to take the same jump as the rush defense did last year, but I could see this pass defense taking a pretty big jump. And that in turn will make, if you still have a top 3 run defense in the NFL and your pass defense jumps from fucking 30th or whatever they were this year to the mid-teens, that means you're a top 10 defense in the NFL. And I think they have a very good possibility of doing that depending on who they add in free agency and in the draft. I wouldn't say it's beyond recognition that is a possibility. Like, we saw it happen basically overnight with the run defense, and I'm not asking to be worst to first with pass defense. I'm just asking to not be worst. Like, be middle of the pack, and you got a top 10 defense.
Yeah. Kalamazoo says, I love the Lions, but we have 8 months to go before we play a game again. Oh, he wants to talk Red Wings. That's why he's saying that.
We talked a lot of Red
I'd
Wings
love to
yesterday.
say that the defense is going to turn around because AG's going to have that pressure on him, but at the same time, like, he does need the pieces. And so for me to be comfortable saying that it will take a jump, I need to see how this is addressed going forward. I do think that Kendall Vildor is kind of like thrown on the bus a little bit for like that playoff game, but you got to realize too, like,
and
he was pretty solid for stepping up like mid-season the way he was.
What pisses me off about that is like when people are like, oh, it was a lucky bounce off the face mask. If that didn't have, it was a penalty anyway.
Yeah, it was still PI in the
They
play.
would have got the ball at the 5-yard line. Like,
yep.
So it's not just the face mask thing. It was just a bad play in general. Yeah, the face mask thing made it look worse than it actually was, but.
Yes, I mean, if Kendall Fuller is the piece you acquire from free agency, I still would like someone to be drafted with the potential of being like a high upside guy. Obviously, what I feel is that is not always going to be the case because I'm not Brad Holmes. We do trust Brad Holmes. If he doesn't do so, then it is what it is. But I think you do need to set yourself up for the future going forward. And interior defensive line, I think that's not. I'm not talking about a guy just to go in there and do what Liam did this year, but I'm talking about just a guy to eat blocks. And that's going to help out Hutch. That's going to help out Aleem. We spoke that entire first hour almost. I think get those pieces, and then I'll be able to say that AG is going to stick around here. But if not, I feel like AG is going to be, I mean, fucked, really. That's probably the worst way to say it, but it's not going to go in his favor, in my mind, if they don't address the defense personnel. This is what it is. You can only do so much with the scheme.
Yeah.
Even, who's the guy, defensive coordinator in the Vikings right now? Brian
Schottenheimer?
No, for the Vikings.
Oh, Flores.
Brian Flores. So you could look at that team and you look at like, okay, they never had too many names on defense, but they're performing. Well, in the back half of the season, they start getting cut up a little bit. Because you can perform well for like a little bit, but at a certain point, you're going to get exposed. Like the things you're doing well, like, okay, well, now we see where you guys are thriving.
When you got DeBrickashaw Ferguson out there playing corner, like, it's not going to be great.
Yeah. But, as the season went on, that Vikings defense started to deteriorate a little bit because the film was put on blast and they found out like their weak spots. So, like, at the end of the day, you still need pieces to perform. Even like the 49ers defense or the Chiefs defense, like, there's still names. Like, yeah, I 100% am on board with what's his name? I can't think of his last name right now. Huh?
Spagnuolo?
So, yeah, Steve Spagnuolo. Is that? I feel like that's
from
Spagnuolo.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said Spangola.
I said Spagnuolo, dude.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did.
I don't have headphones in. Either way, I'm all for giving him credit as being a phenomenal defense coordinator because that's very true. But you also have to point out the George Karlaftis. You also have to point out Chris Jones, L'Jarius Sneed, Trent McDuffie. Like there are names that follow suit on top. Yeah, Nick Bolton that follow suit on top of him having like the scheme. He also have guys to execute that scheme. I think that was a very case we made for AG in the back half of the season where you started seeing blitz a little bit more. It's like you can have the scheme, but you have to have guys to execute it. Once they got Fonte Miller-Fano, they actually had a guy able to execute those blitzes from the safety position. Yeah. And he did it to a T. So.
And that's what I'm saying. They're going to address that. They're going to get 2 studs on defense for next year. Whether it comes through the draft, whether it comes through free agency, whether it's 1-1, whatever it is, they're going to get 2 impact players on defense next year. And I do think it's going to be a true test of what Aaron Glenn is. And I think he's going to pass that test. Because I do believe Aaron Glenn is a good defensive coordinator. We've talked to different guys about it. And yeah, nobody's going to shit on their defensive coordinator. But also, Lee McNeil didn't have to say he was a genius. And we've seen stretches of that defense look very good with limited players. So we'll see.
We shall see. How about that guardian alarm, though?
That's the best defense you can ask for. Doesn't matter the scheme, doesn't matter the personnel. All that matters is you got Guardian Alarm. Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. They're professional technicians. Take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night. No Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology. It's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
And let them know the Woodward Heavyweight Central.
Stay out.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Dispensary is the best in the business. They got multiple brands, the biggest brands, the best curated cannabis in the biz. Also, fantastic bud tenders to know everything you need to know. You need stuff for sleep, you need stuff for energy, you need stuff to make your bones feel good. They got it all at Dispo Dispensary. They're your local cannabis plug. And if you can't make it there, they'll make it to you as Dispo Dash if you go to disposhops.com.
You might be able to kidnap JB.
You might be able to kidnap
Very
JB.
kidnappable.
Very kidnappable.
Very kidnappable human being. I must say so myself.
It's a great adjective.
Someone in the Woodward Sports chat asked the Dak news coming about with him wanting the $60 million. Does that make you a little bit nervous about Goff's extension coming up?
Fuck no, baby.
Fuck no, baby. Why?
Because they're totally different people. Jared Goff.
Oh, hey, oh.
Yeah, look at them. One eats Campbell's chunky, the other doesn't. No, Goff would never have the audacity to ask for $60 million a year.
You had Goff ranked over Dak.
Yeah, I do.
I think I would take Goff
Does
over
he have the
Dak.
resume
I
to
would
ask
take
for
Goff
60
over Dak. Does Goff have the resume to ask for it?
Yeah.
If Dak does, yeah, but he's not going to.
What do you mean? His agent isn't making the negotiations. He said so.
It's Dak Prescott, bro.
Jared Goff never hit the microphone.
Brian Burns asking for $30 million.
I really, he has said he loves being here, but he has said I'm let my agent have those conversations.
It's also the Dallas
agents
quarterback.
make 10% at the very least.
They're not
of those
gonna
deals.
Let Goff ask for $60 million.
We're gonna beat his ass.
Yeah. Let him fucking.
I would take Spinney over Goff all day. Just being honest.
Well, of course you would. I hate Goff.
I would too.
Not even a Goff. Oh man, it does sound like I hate him. No, Spinney was look at this guy. He's just
brick shit house.
Oh, now I can put the camera on?
Yeah, because I'm not fucking talking.
I'm sorry you're boring. It's
not that I'm boring, it's that you're boning.
We doing a Red Wings update real quick?
No, fuck that. Next. We'll do it next. Because I just want to
Player spotlight.
Sit down. I do want to say this. I think it's possible that Goff plays off this next year, and the extension comes after.
Yeah, exactly. And again, that speaks to his character.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to go around telling the media he wants $60 million like Dak Prescott. He would be a guy that I would see playing out the last year of his contract, because what has he shown us in his entire career? He's a consummate professional. He's not going to cause any drama in the locker room unless he's saying he wants to pipe McVay's wife, which, I mean, who can blame him? She's hot.
She's beautiful.
And he's a consummate professional. He's going to clock in, do his job, clock out. He's not worried about the contract negotiations. I'll let my accountant handle that. I'll let my agent handle that. Yeah, that's who he is. He's a very very down to earth guy. And he's not. Dak Prescott is the kind of guy.
Beautiful eyes.
I'm at $60 million a year, and I'm not playing on this contract. That's what Dak Prescott would do. Jared Goff is going to negotiate what he's worth, and he's going to play what he signed up to play for.
I could see a world where he doesn't get the extension this offseason. They rather wait it out to next season. I think they traded up to draft Hendon Hooker for that, just in case. And I'm not dismissing Goff here, but just for that, just in case, if he does ask for that $60 million. And if we're being honest about it, Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP of the league, he played all the way out to his last year in his contract. If he can do it and be on the verge of being like franchise tag before being extended,
you can do it.
Then Goff can be easily just as much in that same scenario.
You're sitting on the couch watching TV and your life's passing you by. You keep procrastinating. Maybe I'll go to school next semester. Maybe next year. No, do it right now.
Bro, I was in the second grade feeling like I ain't done shit.
Nick, what's up?
Yeah, Lamar also basically sat out that playoff game, though, the year he did not have a contract.
Yeah. What about it?
That cost the Ravens a playoff game.
Well, he did get hurt, too.
He got injured. I felt like he was not really rushing back to.
Why would you rush back if you're on a contract year?
That's what I'm saying.
And,
like,
then you get RG3'd.
He's saying it might screw the Lions' chances at winning a Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, if Goff gets hurt either way, it's going to screw their chances.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it is. You're playing with fire if you go into it and your quarterback doesn't have that contract.
So you think Goff would sit out?
I don't think. I'm not saying he would. I'm just saying it felt like Lamar did in his situation.
Do you think Goff would?
I don't think Goff would.
Why? What are the differences you see between Jared Goff and Lamar Jackson?
Jared Goff's the quarterback of the Detroit Lions, and I don't think anybody would do it in this culture that they've built.
I don't think Goff would do that. One, I think there's a lot more to prove. Even though like some people don't feel it may be that way, but I think there is in Goff's mind. During the exit interview, he was like, "Yeah, I guess I've just been the luckiest quarterback with all these play callers." Which you kind of got some great play callers.
He's got two fantastic play callers, and he knows that.
Versus Lamar's value has been like established with the MVPs. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone knew Lamar was good. Jared Goff, for whatever reason, doesn't get the. I to a certain extent agree that he doesn't get the respect he deserves. I think some of it's like where it is what it is type of situation. Like I mix him up with the Tuas, the Purdy's. Honestly, this is a crazy take maybe for some of you here, but I'm starting to think I might put Hurts in that tier too. But guys that need pieces around him to like perform or be.
Hurts is definitely in that tier.
Yeah, be of that caliber in those conversations. So I don't know that Goff would sell any type of playoff game or any type of playoff run because I think he wants to win, so he could tell people to suck my fucking nuts. Like I'm worthy.
And the dude's made a shit ton of money, and he's got a super hot rich wife or rich fiance.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't seem like a guy that's like, no, I need every last penny. To me, obviously, I don't know the man. I just play a guy that knows him on TV. But to me, he doesn't seem like a guy that's going to be bleeding the Lions for every last penny.
Yeah, and it just got me thinking too, because you obviously got the Hendon Hooker stuff, and then if Lamar, if he played out his last year, and that's again it's Lamar. Someone I think we does everybody have Lamar over Goff?
Yes,
in my opinion, Nick. So if he can play out his last year, Nick has him.
Yeah, I do. Yes, he is a better.
Even I admit.
If Lamar could play out that final year, then Goff. The same should be expected of Goff if he's put in that situation, if they can't come to an agreement on whatever they do want to pay him.
Yeah.
Well, you want to go to a quick break real quick and come back with spotlights?
Spotlight.
We got time.
We got time?
Yeah.
Time to do it right now, you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. Nick, I know you've been itching to do it all day. Who you got for us?
All right, let's go. We have an edge that we can maybe pair with Aiden Hutchinson. His name is Chris Braswell out of Alabama. He's a 6'3" linebacker. Chris, I know you have the I pointed out a couple highlights from YouTube shout out. He is on the edge there up top.
It's unbelievable.
And yeah, shout out Chris. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I got I got to work it in because he's.
Well, take it off the screen then.
Yeah. You can just get Spenny and them react into some stuff here. But I think one of the biggest things about Chris Braswell that stands out to me, he does not have a James Houston-like Ben coming off the edge. I'm just going to come in straight with it. You know how the other opposite edge of Hutch needs to be able to rush the quarterback quick. Insane bench from Houston. This guy does not have that at all. Not what I'm looking for specifically, but he's been mocked to the Lions in the past, so you got to do a deep dive into it. Also, one of the negatives that stood out to me is he kind of like does a stutter step and tries to get through you with his hands because he doesn't have those elite pass rusher moves. So another guy that I just don't feel is like the perfect fit with Aiden Hutchinson. But via Draft Network, some of the positives on him were he was the power, his short area quickness, and his motor. And some of the negatives were his length, his lateral agility, and his flexibility. But some of the biggest things that stood out to me about him was in his 3 biggest games of the season. You guys know me, big production guy. When he played Michigan, Texas, and Georgia, 3 top 4 opponents. Combined, he had 4 tackles, 0 sacks, 0 TFLs. This is a guy that I would prefer the Detroit Lions stay away from him. And do not draft Chris Boswell. I'm out on this guy.
Even at 29?
Even at 29. But if he does slide late, I'm out on him. I broke him down.
You were hyping him up the whole time. No, fuck this guy.
I'm being serious. We got to break down what people mock to the Lions, and this guy has been mocked. I am not a fan of Chris Boswell, but some people have seen it as a fit. I'm just not one of those guys. I don't think he is a elite guy to pair with Aiden Hutchinson. Your guys' first thoughts on him?
Damn.
I know that was all over the place, but here we go. Second spotlight ever.
Is there a player comp for him?
We're getting better. Jeez.
Oh,
I didn't have anything.
Oh, jeez, Rick.
Jeez, Rick. I don't have anything off this spot.
Man.
I know they had 3, but some of them were like ridiculous all-pro type players that I just didn't think would be fair.
You're literally Morty. Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez, Rick.
If he doesn't got the bend, if he doesn't got the size, that's not a guy I would like to take in the first round.
Yeah. What, 6'3", 257?
Yeah.
He's kind of big. He's pretty big.
Yeah.
There's like measurements for these players, but we haven't had the combine yet, so I don't know if they're legit or not, but I'm looking at like 33, 32-inch arms. If he doesn't have the bend, I'm with you. I want a speed guy alongside Hutch. I want a guy that's going to be able to get to the quarterback alongside Hutch. Just because if I want a guy that can stop the run, guess what? I got Aiden fucking Hutchinson on my team to do that part of the job. I want a guy that can get to the quarterback opposite of Hutch because Hutch is going to eat 2 to 3 blockers at a time. Give me that guy. That's the type of guy I want. Now, I haven't personally done a deep dive in Chris Braswell. I've seen him there. I know that he really didn't get too much time to shine because of like Will Anderson being there, and that's been like another knock on him too. Is like people really know like how good he is because he wasn't able to see the field before like this past year really. But yeah, give me a guy who gets the quarterback, and that's why the player I chose to spotlight. I guess Spinny and I both chose to spotlight. Was Austin Booker.
Yeah.
He's not a first-round pick by any means.
No, he's not.
But he's 6'6", 247 pounds, and he's got the twitch. He's got the explosive burst.
He's got that bend.
He's got the bend. He is, for me, just to articulate for a way for people to see it themselves. Watch him. Just the first shot at the tackle, he fucking literally just falls down.
Yeah.
And then makes an amazing tackle. That's against Illinois. It's not like a fucking MAC school by any means. Like, this kid is very, very raw as a prospect. Like I said, 6'6", but he's got the explosive off the ball. He's got the long arms. I think if I were to articulate to people listening, I'm thinking like Max Crosby type of rise.
Yeah.
Like a guy that you're not looking to draft like day 1. I think he for sure goes day 2 with one of our 3rd round picks is like what I prefer to grab him with. But I think the upside for this kid is there. Like, and again, I don't need any more like run stopping defensive ends. We had that in Josh Pascal. We had that in John Kaminsky. Give me a guy that can get to the quarterback. I think the length in itself bothers quarterbacks. So we're like in that situation too, right? You're clogging up my throwing lane. I'm gonna have to move here to open things up, and then he sheds a blocker from that point and gets a sack. This kid, Austin Booker, I think is someone people should keep their eyes on. Not even just for the Detroit Lions, just so you can say you called it when you see him become a star at some point in the NFL. I think he has a potential to do that for sure.
Yeah, I agree. This is the guy I chose to spotlight today. Me and by myself alone chose to spotlight this guy. No, but for real, it's funny that we both ended up doing him and both ended up liking him because he is impressive. He is a physical specimen. He's got NFL moves already to go with his size that fits in the league. Like, his spin move is deadly. He's got the quick twitch. He's got the bend off the outside. He is a guy that would fit perfectly next to Aiden Hutchinson. I've talked about it before. I like the speed. I need a guy with a bag. I need a guy with some moves next to Hutch. I don't want just a all-around, can-do-it-all type of guy. I want a specialist, and that's what this guy is. He is a get-to-the-quarterback, make some things happen, and it's not a first-round pick. It's going to be a later second-round pick if you do get him, and I like him, man. I think he would fit in well, and I think he could do a lot next to Hutch.
Yeah, I think I'm really curious to see what he measures at the combine. Obviously, like I said, he's 6'6". I think he started in Minnesota, then he transferred to Kansas, and Kansas, if I'm not mistaken, the SEC, right? And I think he was all team SEC, voted both the players or the AP and the coaches. And again, if you want to put on the tape one more time, Chris, if you will, just from the first one, because you think of the tall, lengthy guy, and you don't think he's like too strong. You think of him more like a finesse dude.
Yeah.
No, this guy's got the power.
Yes.
And again, he's a guy that can fill out. If you go and look at like the the scouting reports on a Max Crosby is kind of similar. Look at the shots of the tackle.
Yeah.
Literally just crumbles him and falls, and then he still makes the sack on the quarterback.
And he's got the speed to offset the power.
Yes.
Like he can do the bull rush or do a quick inside move, a quick outside spin move. Like he can give it to you how you want it. Like how do you want it? And that's how he's going to be attacking tackles in the NFL. I like this kid a lot too, man. He's got a lot of different things, a lot of different complements to his pass rush, and I think he could be a great player out there.
I think the length he's got on him too. Again, I'm really curious to see what the arms measure at, but like just getting those arms up at the line. We saw Hutch do it in the NFC Conference Championship game. Like I think he'll provide that for you too. And again, he's gonna have a lot more one-on-one matchups versus like Hutchinson. And obviously, I think he's a little bit more raw of a prospect. I know he redshirted his junior year before playing again with Kansas there, but I think he's got the closing speed, the effort. There's also like second effort plays he's made too, just even the highlight clips that we played. I think Austin Booker has the makings to be a star. 56 tackles, 8 sacks this season, and 2 forced fumbles. He's got that freakish build, and again, I think he's got a little bit more pass rush ability than former hometown guy in Demarcus Robinson. But I'd rather go Austin Booker later in the draft.
Yeah,
just seeing those first clips. I mean, way more pass rusher ability than Braswell.
You know what I'm saying though? He looks the part, man.
Yeah, he does look the part. I feel like Braswell was kind of like, he has shorter arms, so he does have to be more like elite with his like power moves like off of it. That's kind of what I got out of it. I know I saw some people in the chat that said they wouldn't mind him in the second.
Yeah,
I definitely wouldn't want him in the first. Like if you're taking him at 61,
he's not a first round pick.
That's what I'm
he's
saying.
like one of those third round picks, or maybe even the second. Yeah, I think he's day 2 guy for sure. It's a bad bitch right there.
That is a bad bitch right there.
Gorgeous.
Is that a Sana shirt, Nick? Did you see the Red Wings collab?
I saw they were doing one. I didn't see what
It's
it was yet.
Fire, bro.
Is it?
Super fire, yeah.
Is it this Thursday?
Sana did a Red Wings collab.
Is it this Thursday?
I think
for the
so,
game?
yeah.
Dude, we're gonna have to. I was thinking tickets aren't not that expensive. Dude, we might have to start a little early. Get out of here.
That's a good idea, man. It's
What?
he's the first person to bring it up. Like we should all go to a Red Wings game together. I don't know anybody else who's brought that up.
Yeah, no one else really brought that up before.
Can we start? Can we start maybe at like 4:45? Rush down there. You know, get out of here 6:45.
Yeah,
I'm down.
Shout out Trav, make a reel for you, boy.
Yeah, let's do it.
But yeah, that Sana Wings collab is sick.
I'm down for it. Let us know in the chat what you guys think about Austin Booker and Chris Braswell. When we get back, Detroit Red Wings playoff update.
Red Wings. Let me tell you about Les Stanford. What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just off of 9 Mile. Check out the brands you want at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford. Find new roads.
Everywhere you look, everywhere.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Are you tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch? It's a new era in sports wearables. New design, amazing appeal, the ultimate swag. Check out Woodward Sports' latest gear at woodwardsports.com by clicking the shop tab today. They got hoodies, tees, hats, all guaranteed to turn heads. So head on over to woodwardsports.com, click the shop tab today.
Bob Saget! What up? Welcome back to Red Wings Live, woodwardsports.com.
Dude, RIP.
Yeah, rip.
Yeah, that's true. Although I did come across an interview. He said some wild shit. Like,
Dude, his stand-ups were wild.
I'm not gonna bring it up.
No,
'cause I
not
didn't
Bob
listen to the
Saget.
whole
Oh, well.
No,
he's
yeah, I'm
there
talking
too?
about Bob Saget.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
talking about the Tourette's guy.
Oh, that guy's dead too?
Yeah.
Rip.
Who's the
Bob
Tourette's
Saget's
guy?
dead?
Bob Saget's dead.
Yeah, he died
last year.
Damn.
Yeah. Rest in peace to a
Oh,
legend.
he's.
Do you think he's pissed that he's more known for that than him being a comedian? Like, wasn't that what he was by trade?
Yeah, he was.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Bob Saget?
Bob Saget.
No, like I know the Bob Saget, but like who's the Tourette's that you're referencing?
Tourette's guy?
There's
Yeah.
a Tourette's guy from like when we were like 5th grade.
Oh.
Fifth
Because
grade,
I've
fourth
heard
grade.
that. I've heard people say that. I just
There's
never.
a good video of it. It's like
Yeah.
that was like his Tourette's thing. He's like Bob Saget.
Apollo said, "Easy try to cancel a dead man."
It wasn't me. I came across
Steve-O
that
Baby said, "Spencer, do you know the song The Golden Girls?" No, I don't think I've ever seen Golden Girls.
How about Apollo saying he wants to draft a receiver in the first round?
Bob Saget.
Bob Saget.
He
Keon
said, this-
Coleman?
He said, "This is your hero, people." Apollo, how about you?
I was trying to cancel him.
His
Listen.
stand-up was raunchy.
I saw some shit too about who's the guy that plays Aquaman?
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, I saw some weird shit about literally a video like evidence of him like doing some weird shit.
Like what?
And I don't even like. I'm like comfortable like.
What was it?
He's like groping up a kid. Yeah,
Ugh.
like it's there's like video of it. Unless like some AI shit. I was like, I don't fuck with this guy. That's fucking weird. Yeah, it was wild. Either way, moving on.
It killed the vibe.
Yeah, you kept asking. I said I don't fucking want to talk about it.
Transition.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not going to.
Either way,
so
Detroit
quit
Red Wings
asking.
playing tomorrow. But where are they at in the standings? They want a standing update in the Woodward Sports Chat.
They are still at 8th in the standings. They are still 4 points ahead of the New Jersey Devils. They are still 1 point back of both Tampa Bay and Philadelphia. The Capitals did a good job by beating those Devils last night.
Those pesky little Devils.
Those pesky little Devils. The Capitals schwacked the Devils last night. I know Nick was scared of the Devils more than he was the Capitals, but
Yeah.
somebody told you the Capitals are the ones to look out for.
Yeah.
You talk to me like I'm crazy. No, but I mean it's just one game. But they're in a good standing right now. We just need to keep the teams below us. Like we're gonna get up to at least 65 points. You know, we're playing. It's Colorado tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow is
Confirmed Colorado.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
At
You
7.
got Caleb McCarr. You got Caleb McCarr. You got Nate Mack. Like that's a tough matchup for anybody. But just try to get at least a point out of it, and then you could possibly tie Tampa and Philly. But we just need the Devils, the Islanders, and the Capitals to keep losing. Just keep losing.
Early look ahead on this game for tomorrow, fellas. Red Wings are at plus 122 on their home ice with the
D-Mac
Avalanche
Day.
coming in. So Red Wings are underdogs. I do like the value on D-Mac Day.
It is D-Mac
I think
Day.
the Red Wings are going to be ready for this one. Coming back home for home ice. Obviously, the Avalanche are one of the best teams in the NHL.
Yeah.
It's a tough-ass game, but I do like being underdogs at home against them. D-Mac Day plus.
Did the Avalanche play? When was their last game?
I don't know.
Because if they've been in Detroit
They played
for a while,
yesterday.
okay, so they probably got in today. So yeah, that's fair. I was gonna say Wings coming off a West Coast trip, coming home playing the Avalanche. It's always tough, but the Red Wings have had 2 days off now. So
Avalanche is tough no matter what.
yeah, you got 2 of the top 7 players in the NHL on the same team. Like it's not gonna be a cakewalk, but you got hopefully our guy Alex Lyons standing on his head. And we get some in the back of the net. It's a tough matchup, man, but you got to try to get a point out of it. Points are so important now. The East is beast. Like there's a lot of great teams fighting for those wild card spots. If you can get at least 1 point out of this to get up there and tie Philly and Tampa, it would be huge.
I'm tuning in for tomorrow night. We should try to get tickets for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm down.
That's a great idea.
I really want to go. It's D-Mac night.
I'm broke.
It's the Avalanche. I mean, we know a guy.
Yeah.
Do you want to try?
Yeah. I know. Well, no, he can't because Ryan and Noah are already going.
Oh.
And they're filming like his
Courtesy.
Yeah.
Still. Why not?
Yeah, all right. Well,
I mean, if you're comfortable with it, I don't want you to. Well, we should have Chris do it.
yeah, we should have Chris do it.
He would do it.
You're probably the closest with him.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it's not a contest, but if it was, I'd probably win. But it's not. It's besides the point.
That's fair. Bye, Dre Bly, says Denver Blair. Yeah, I'm kind of butthurt about that, to be honest with you. I'm upset that
Now,
happened.
Saturday, that's a game nobody wants to go to. Nobody.
Who are they playing
would.
Saturday?
Nobody in their right
the
mind would
Wings,
play.
it's another doubleheader in Detroit. Red Wings play at noon against the Blues
Oh,
on
the Red Wings
Saturday.
play at noon on Saturday.
Yep.
Ooh,
And then the Pistons.
We should all get together and go
Oh
to
boy.
that.
Saturday?
Yeah.
I like that.
You want to ask
That's
for
a
that
good
one?
idea.
Then?
I don't like doing that, man.
Well, we can't afford them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the ones on Saturday are going around like 100 full price.
Yeah.
Just to get into the building.
Ooh.
I think tomorrow is actually like kind of cheaper. So, if it still is, I don't know.
Tomorrow's cheaper?
Yeah.
What if it's a weekday?
Yeah, it's gotta
definitely
be.
has to be.
I don't like asking him for tickets, man.
The Saturday
It's
matinee
crazy. An
games.
Avalanche ticket is cheaper than a Blues ticket.
Yeah.
It's the
kinda
Saturday
insane.
matinee
Saturday
ones.
noon
Like,
game,
yeah.
yeah.
Why are
They're
why
so
would they be more
expensive.
expensive though?
Because it's
Saturday and it's
at
noon. Everybody can go.
Stupid.
Those day games are a blast, though. I have so much. Yeah.
Did
Those
you
are
get
a
day
lot
drunk?
of fun. Maybe. Yeah. No doubt. That is 100% why. Yeah. Games to get in the building tomorrow are going for $49 right now.
What were you
It's way
saying before that,
cheaper.
Spinny?
Huh?
What were you saying before that? I thought you were saying something.
No, I don't think so.
No, you're saying we should go Saturday. That's a good idea.
No, I was saying I don't like asking.
You got
D-Mac.
tickets for
I don't
Saturday?
like asking D-Mac.
Oh, you
for
wanted to buy
tickets.
tickets Saturday?
Oh.
But I don't think you should ask for tickets. Like I want to go.
That's asking for tickets. I don't like asking people for anything.
When I went with him,
I don't even like.
this is how he. This is
I
how
don't
he
even
goes.
like
He
my
is.
food.
When I went with him, I didn't have to show tickets. He's just like he's with me.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, bet.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, oh.
Yeah,
all
he's
right.
given me tickets before, but I don't
Yeah.
like. I don't like asking people for anything.
I'm
That's
with
fair.
you.
No, I
Yeah,
agree.
that's why
why
it's an
I'm
uncomfortable
the same way. That's why I'm trying to get you to
don't
do
want to
it.
do that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Let me tell you guys about Planet
But if you, I
Fitness.
don't think we ever asked.
He gave me tickets.
Yeah, but he gave them to you. Or did
Yeah.
you ask for them?
I asked. Well, I don't remember.
This man's full of shit.
I might have asked.
Yeah,
for
this
them,
guy's full of shit.
But I took my dad to the game.
You're so full of shit. Your hair's brown.
I did
got
ask
him.
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let me
Full
tell
of
you about
shit.
Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you experience a squeaky clean gym. You get a full body workout in just 30 minutes in a 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month. No matter where you are, there's Planet Fitness close by, more than 50 in Metro Detroit, and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
How would you like to win not one, but two vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Whether it's your home, whether it's your car, Swiss Insurance, the best in the business. Make sure you hit up my guy Mark directly. That's Mark at SwissINS.com. Or if you got anything against Mark, just go to SwissINS.com.
Damn.
I don't know why you wouldn't go through Mark, though. Mark is the best.
Krennikov is.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, honestly,
Not bad, but miss.
I
Krennikov,
still don't know where it is.
Sweeney.
You overshot.
I'll take Krennikov over City. Me
too.
Yeah.
She's like, she's
I think she got a BBL.
who?
Krennikov.
Probably.
What is-
She's
what's that
got the
mean?
face and the taste. You know what I'm
What's the
saying? Like
BBL?
Sweeney,
Brazilian butt lift.
I just feel like Sweeney, you just see him.
Yeah, I
you
think she
imagine
got a
Nick with
nose
the
job too.
Like, to be honest, there's a shit ton of Sweeneys at Michigan State.
Male sack.
No.
Yeah,
for sure
there is.
I mean, yes, but no. Like, I feel like that's just. I get what you're saying, and I agree. But there's also at the same time, like, I feel like that's kind of disrespectful to Sydney Sweeney, in my
I
opinion.
mean, there's
But
a
if
couple
it's true, it's
Sidney
true.
Sweeneys.
Yeah. There is very much a similar lesser
build?
Yeah, similar but lesser build of that at Michigan State, and it is prevalent. Yes.
Same 2K build, just different
Same 2K,
attributes.
yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. They got the generic face. All that.
Mailbag, Spencer and Eazy. If you were to win the Super Bowl, where would you take it? and why? Because Maz said he would take it to a bowling alley.
Ew, Maz.
Dude.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Where else?
I'll take that bitch to Legends, boy.
All day. I'm taking it to every strip club in the
taking
city.
it to the theater.
For sure.
Where else would I take it?
You got Maz short lanes with it.
Coonan.
I take it to Coonan for sure.
I'll take it to where's Sticks? Cicerelli's.
Cicerelli's.
Yep. Cicerelli's, Coonan,
We
Legends.
take it here for sure.
I'll take it to Dispo.
I'm taking it back to MSU.
That'd be legendary. It's actually been in MSU.
I
Did you hear the
haven't
story?
seen it. I've seen the Larry O'Brien trophy. Got to hold that. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, not the Super Bowl. I apologize.
Yeah.
You're right.
Got to hold the Larry O'Brien trophy. That was really cool.
Mailbag.
really?
How does Nick
Yeah.
not know what a
Draymond
BBL
brought it back.
is? Well, Nick, he's not a big ass guy.
Whoa! Watch where you're. Whoa.
Nick, would you get a BBL?
Big time.
This is my town.
Confirmed.
Nick, would you get a
guys.
BBL if it meant the Lions win the Super Bowl?
Oh yes.
But like a boxed
100
one.
in a
A boxed
heartbeat.
one.
Oh.
Like looks like you're wearing a diaper.
Like like a Nicki Minaj one.
Ugh.
Yeah. I would. I'd do anything for the city.
That's
Get a Super
definitely
Bowl.
our thumbnail tomorrow is
Nick with a BBL.
Oh
no,
my
I'm not
God.
comfortable with that.
It's gonna
Let's
be that picture.
not do that.
It's gonna be the picture of Kim Kardashian.
The champagne.
Popping the champagne. Yeah, with Nick's face.
What a
on it.
great picture.
Yeah.
I just skipped over one.
Texas Day,
Texas Day, Brazil. Hell yeah.
Texas Day, Brazil. So
Absolutely.
good. I've only been there once, but it was awesome. Crazy dreams. Like that
Crazy
night.
meat dreams.
Crazy Brazilian meat dreams that night. Like it was
So funny. Yeah.
it was I had a stomach full of Brazilian meats. Had some crazy dreams that night.
Golf Saint Panay. You can only bring back two. Who you letting walk and how you replacing them. Oh, Big John, you dirty
Wait,
motherfucker.
what did he say?
Mailbag, Golf Saint Panay. You can only bring back two. Who you letting
Saint
walk
Panay.
and how you replacing them. Huh?
I'm letting golf walk.
Hater.
I'm sorry.
Chris, who are you bringing back?
Yeah, I'm
sorry.
for sure getting rid of golf.
It's definitely not Penny
Yeah,
Sewell.
same here.
Penny Sewell is definitely not walking.
No, Panay and Saint are the hearts of this team. What easy are you
Nick
questioning
kicked up
something
for
over
the
there?
city, son, Big John.
Kicked up for the city.
Easy, you gonna answer?
No, I'm not. I'm not comfortable answering that one.
You know what the answer is.
Yeah. You just want us to say it for you.
Actually, in the situation we have right now, I got Hendon in the wings. Probably, yeah. Fuck it. Let golf walk. Like, what do you mean?
Dog hasn't taken a snap. You're like, you know what the situation we got?
Well,
I'll
I
go.
mean, if you
Yes,
have
I
to
mean,
choose
yeah.
between one of the three,
No,
Like,
I agree. It's easy.
If,
I think
if,
everybody in Detroit except for Tommy Two Watches would say that
Yeah.
golf's gonna walk.
if golf were a perennial like guy, it'd be Saint.
It's between golf and
But yeah,
The man, the myth, the legend, Broder just said St. Brown and Panay staying for sure.
yeah. He's,
Okay, cool.
No
He's
question
a
about it.
he's
All
a
right, I feel
reasonable
better
man.
now.
He knows.
all right. Cool.
Everybody in the chat saying you gotta let.
All right,
golf
bro.
walk.
Saying that I'm down with it. I feel
Yeah.
cool. All right. Other mailbag. Looking. How does Nick not know what BBL is? That one. Where are we taking the Super Bowl? There was
Nick's
one
cool
other.
it
with
is
Dr.
kinda long.
Miami right
What's
now.
up with all the cousins in the chat tonight? I don't know, but we welcome all the
See,
cousins.
I
So
feel
make
like
sure you hit
there's
the like
less
button.
cousins than we normally have.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Super
got a
Saiyan's
cousin.
going a little bit crazy. It's like, that was a little wild, but that's about it.
Whatever happened? to
Mailbag,
respect
Ronan
the
says,
game?
"Where's my wrench?" Edward O'Neill. Is it reasonable to give AG until week 8 next year? In my opinion, any bring less than 12th overall is unacceptable as long as he gets the tools.
If it doesn't affect us winning and losing, I don't think the rating matters.
I think you gotta let him finish out the season.
Yeah, unless it's blatantly the problem and they're losing games.
Yeah, it's like yes. If it's like real bad, then obviously. But I think Dan Campbell, if you listen to him after the
Everywhere
game,
you look,
he's big on things being
everywhere's a place.
continuity. So I think you keep him for the rest of the season.
Somebody who needs
Easy. If you let
you.
Goff go and Hooker gets hurt, it suds.
Yeah, well, are you letting go Amon-Ra St. Brown or Penny Sewell then? Like, it's a improvable hypothetical.
Yeah.
Can I
if,
say
you,
something?
if you let Amon-Ra go and J-Mo gets hurt, like, what are we doing?
You let Penny Sewell go and you let Penny Sewell go. Like,
Exactly.
nobody even has to get hurt for that to be a disaster.
Spencer Rattler.
That's the same.
I think he might be straight.
Spencer Rattler's
What?
a bitch.
Keep an eye on him.
Spencer for the Lions?
No, not for the Lions.
For the Lions?
Spencer
in
Rattler's a
general.
bum. Mailbag Spenny.
The Lions
if you
want to do
don't
like a 7
suggest
rounder or like whatever
top
5th.
5 emojis, I'm coming to your house with my Roku remote and changing
crazy
your
trying to
channels at
stop.
night.
Damn.
Damn, that's disrespectful.
That's wild.
Top 5 emojis. Why do you want top 5 emojis so bad?
Because you're a corny motherfucker. Spinning love the tongue emoji for sure. The tongue winky.
Yeah, I use that one a lot.
That's your fucking Snapchat face. I know. It's spinning during commercial breaks.
Hey, it works.
Fire emoji's gotta be up there.
Fire emoji.
I use the fire, the 100, the shaking hand, the beers,
the salute,
pray,
the
the
beers.
salute one for sure.
The salute one is one of
the
mine.
melting one.
I use the lock a lot because me and my buddies, you know, obviously you guys are parlays and whatnot.
You're an addict. We get it. Yeah.
Call the number.
The praying
Call the
hands.
number.
Praying hands. Yeah. For any type of thank you.
And the hands like this.
Yeah, I got the hands
shades.
like that. Yeah.
What do you got these for?
I also do the handshake a lot
the shrug
too.
No, the 2 hands.
The shrug I use
the
too.
pray.
Yeah.
But the handshake
sunglasses.
one is up there too.
And this one, because we use somebody. It's like versatile. It's like exactly. You talking about Nick's penis size?
And
That
this
works. Talking about smoking some weed? That
Whoa!
works.
First my ass,
Everything's
now my
okay.
penis. Easy, come on.
All right. That'll do it for us today. Appreciate
boys.
y'all tapping into the Woodward Heavyweights. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your
make you
grandma.
a star.
For Eazy, for Nick, for Chris, I'm Spencer. We're all getting BBLs. We'll see you guys later. Shout
For
out
the
to
city.
Miami. Peace.
Caked up for the city.